Hello, it is Friday night. It's 8 p.m. I'm Rob.
That's not.
I'm Derek.
Oh, yeah, you are. So, yeah, we're here tonight.
You're in the
because
Funhouse.
We didn't know what else to do.
New Weird Edition.
New Weird Edition, to say the least. This is why we're on the radio, if you look here. But we just want to thank everybody real quick before we get started.
Oh, I was going to give you an open mouth.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay.
Wanted
been
to
a
thank
weird
everybody.
week.
It's been a weird, totally weird week, and it has sucked, and we're going to get into all of that. Appreciate everyone coming out to Barley's last night. That was it was a weird kind of fun, if you know what I mean. It was great to see everybody, but it still sucked. And that's kind of how it's been all week. So we're just getting people together from the station, some friends of ours. Gloria Johnson is here with us. Super Drag's going to be in later. I am not sure what else.
We got a ton of people out here. We got some DJs. We're going to have some underwriters come in. We got a lot of people lined up. We got a crew out here that is kind of insane. It's a hodgepodge of all kinds of people. When you get a state representative, you get friggin' BT. We got my daughter, former student, sports director Crowley. It's going to be a good show. So just to address a couple things. JP's here.
We didn't include him because
Benny Smith was let go this week, or we don't know. He's on indefinite leave right now, and it seems like the powers
administrative
that be,
leave,
as
it were.
But the powers that be are trying to shut this down, and it seems like they're trying to kill this radio station that means a lot to this community. And as Wayne Bledsoe said last night, one of our big champions of local music and the arts in this town, you can't kill a community. And we're going to fight to try to keep this on air. And it doesn't make a difference if we're on the air or not. You got to keep it on air and what it does. And one of the things we want to address out of the gate is the fact that this is a student station.
Right.
And it is. And it's a lab, and it always will be a lab, and it should be a student-run station first. The reason that Derek and I have been on there a long time is because Benny needed some help when he took it over. And Derek and I had been messing around for a bit on another station and with a previous show. And they asked us to come down. He asked us to come down because we had underwriting. So we came down, and it was kind of a joke, and we thought this would last like a year or two. I just had a new child, and I have no idea how in the hell this has lasted 19 years for Derek and I. But the bottom line is
we have nothing else to do.
This spot would be gone if a student needed it. And we need students in there to do it, and it's run by students, and it should be a student-run station. But they also need to make money. And Derek and I, fortunately, have been around long enough that we know some people in this town to underwrite us and to bring in some money, and we're helping him out. We're kind of doing it as a favor, and he lets us still do it. And also, you think it's a primetime slot at 8 p.m. on a Friday. Technically, what UT student wants to go in on a Friday night and do a radio show and sit in that basement for 2 hours? They don't, because they want to go out drinking.
And if they want to. Okay.
And if they want to, that's fine. But no one's told us anything different, so we keep coming down. We're trying to make some money. We're trying to help Benny out because this guy has been one of the biggest champions of the arts and
not just that, the University of Tennessee itself.
There's no person that bleeds more orange. That's a weekly thing that you don't get to see. Yeah. You don't get to see what that happens every week.
There's a lot of things you don't get to see.
But we got a bunch of people. I think the plan here is that we're gonna talk a lot about different things here. But I think we're going to cycle some people through and just give their story. They're also going to promote some stuff. That Superdrag has some stuff to promote. Maybe someone from Mercy Lights is going to be down here. They got a show coming up.
Oh, she just let us know that she is not feeling well. Her ankle is jacked.
Then we're not going to talk about her show.
Yeah.
So
screw you, Sarah.
Mercy Lights are not going to be playing Saturday.
Tomorrow night
they're
at Barley's.
They're not going to be at Barley's tomorrow.
With Dos
That's
Fuegos.
not happening. You don't want to go see Dos Fuegos and
not
Mercy
at all.
Lights. That'd be a terrible thing to do.
Yeah.
Quit supporting local music. Because
kind of like what WUTK is trying to do.
It's dead. We're going to pull the plug on it all. The arts are done in this town. But I think the first that we want to bring in is we want to get her out of here because she's a very important person. She's a very busy person. She has a whole lot to do.
We can't believe she's coming here to hang out with us.
We can't believe that we
know.
the last time she came in last fall, we actually got her to sit on an inflatable land speeder.
With C-3PO and R2.
With C-3PO.
And it was like, what, July? Or I don't know. It was long before Christmas.
She had just jumped in the race. So, Gloria, come on in. We got Miss Gloria Johnson, state rep.
Have a seat wherever you would like.
There, let's get over. All right. So, Gloria is here. Gloria is running for Marsha Blackburn's seat.
Yes, U.S. Senate and also House District 90.
Yeah, and she is a state representative, and she's been a longtime supporter of us. She's been a longtime friend. We love her. We've known her since way before she got political.
Yes.
And she's one of the smartest and honestly one of the most badass women I know.
Facts. These are facts.
And I look up to her. And so first off, before we get into the Benny thing, tell us about so your campaign. It's going well.
Campaign is going great. We're doing a 95 county tour, and it's so wonderful to get out to talk to folks about what they care about, and more importantly, to listen, because they say nobody's listened to them for several years. And they have a U.S. senator that was supposed to show up to this morning in Collierville, no show, and apparently
nice.
she's got strep throat. So
She's
that
talking
was
about Marsha
the first
Blackburn.
private event, the first public event that I've heard of,
Corporate
and
shield.
she missed it.
awesome.
So I hope she gets well.
I hope she gets well.
Yes,
Thoughts and prayers, Marcia.
If she is actually thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and
yes.
prayers. I hope it's just strep and not like some kind of other thing you got from sucking the corporate whatever. So
Wow, easy.
I didn't say it. We're on TV. I didn't. I implied it. So you're running. Campaign's going well. You got. You want to talk about what started today?
Well, early voting started today, and I just
Go.
want to make
Yep.
sure that everybody goes to vote. It is so important this year. We say that every year, I feel like, but y'all know that this year it's really, really important. If you care about the women and girls in your life, if you care about black and brown communities, if you care about the LGBTQ community, they're all under attack right now. And Marsha Blackburn is someone who's voted against Violence Against Women Act, equal pay for equal work, child tax credit, capping insulin prices at $35. She's not working for regular Tennessee families, and we need somebody who will do that. So I just want to make sure that everybody goes out and casts their vote. Democracy's on the line here, folks. We all know it, and we especially know it in the state of Tennessee. So please get out there and early vote.
Go do it. Knock it out. By the way, I like the blue fingernails.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Get those up there. Let's show
Yeah,
the blue nails. I almost got that same color.
And the thing is that this campaign is also run like, I don't know, somebody from a couple presidents ago might have run their campaign. Very grassroots.
Very
and-
grassroots. And that's
and-
where I learned. I got involved in politics on the Obama campaign, and I learned that it's all about the people and having personal conversations and listening to folks and respecting the human dignity of every single Tennessean. You may not agree with everybody, but we should at least have someone in office who is representing us who respects the human dignity of every single person in this state.
I think it's awesome that you got the politician thing going in there. With the so, segueing right into another guy that you've known a long
Yeah.
time, someone you know, Mr. Benny Smith. Thoughts?
Well, before politics, of course, I've known Benny. I can't even count the years. It's got to be more than 30. But just the first thing that you have to know, he is just this amazingly great, caring, special man who works his tail off and has done so much for the arts community and just for the community in general. And then even before he was at UTK, he was bringing great music to Tennessee. He was helping venues, just really making Tennessee a great place to live and a great place to enjoy all different kinds of music. And then as he switched into WUTK, I can't really even guess at how many times I've been on. I've been on with you guys quite a few times. But also, I went in with, there was a student who was a master's degree student who was doing her dissertation on public education. And so she called me because of some legislation that was going through that she wanted to, that how it related to the public education stuff that she was talking about. And so they give her a show where she can go on, talk about that, and then talk to me about the legislation that was happening.
Right.
So every time I've been there, I see that they are promoting students, that students are such a huge part of it, and in a much more organized way than you saw before Benny was there. And then just before I came over here, I was across the street at Bistro having dinner with some different folks, and one of those people was the current was Stuart Hall, and he was telling me I was there. You know, he was so much help to me. I was at UTK under his guidance, and how much it meant to him.
Right.
You know, and it's just, there's everywhere you turn, there is a story. And this is about the voice of young people. You're cutting off the voice of young people, and you're also cutting off what the young people care about when you take this away, or when you change a format that has been working. And what, Benny Smith Man of the Year in Knoxville, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
how can you do something to someone who's worked so hard and created such a magical place that lifts up voices of young people? How do you just throw that out the window?
I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I think it was probably a rash decision made by someone. I don't think they expected the PR mess that they're in right now. And I think we need to keep stoking the fires to make them realize. I'm not saying that they're going to bring Benny back. I don't know, whatever. But at this point, it's about saving the station and saving something. You know, I started going to local shows. My first show was Candy Cream and the Wet Dream Band and Michael Davis and Heroes. And shortly after that, I saw Todd Steed, Smoking Dave the Primo Dopes. And then right after that, I saw a guy who is here tonight. He's a total freak, and his name is Russ Harper. And he and with Teenage Love, and he scared the hell out of me. And I thought this was one of the weirdest guys I've ever met. And it turns out he's one of the biggest sweethearts you could ever meet. And I've been a local music thing, and I was a fan for years, and I became a fan because of WTK. That's the first place I heard the Ramones, and I would listen to it, and it turned me on to it. And little did I know this becomes such a big part of my life and such a big part of Derek's life, and it's just become a major thing. And I don't, whether we're there or not, they need to have an outlet for. They are the tastemakers in this town. The people that you're hearing on there, from REM back in the day until today, you're going to hear them here first, and then you're going to hear it on commercial radio.
Right.
And students, and we're going to bring in, my, like I said, Chloe here in a second. She is someone that has just finished this experience, and it changed her life. And she became, I never saw that coming, but she became a big, a big college radio fan. And I think we need that. We need that outlet for these kids to get down there and to do that and to get live on their experience, because it also teaches you just life experience to get out, to get in front of a mic and talk. And here's the funny thing is that you're like, oh, WDK, and I think they don't think a lot of people are listening. And Derek and I learned really early on how many people are listening. Because when you say something to make a total ass out of yourself, 2 weeks later, someone's going to be like, oh, dude, I heard, and you're like, oh, dear God. Like, and you were listening, and then when you have kids and you're at a soccer game and they're like, "Are you Rob from Derek and Rob?" I'm like, and you try to gauge it, going, "Is this a good or a bad thing?" I don't know. Like, what? Like, are you gonna? Your kid can't come for a sleepover now because I'm that guy. So anyway, and I think we need that, and I don't think they realize what they've done, and I don't know that they're going to fix it, but I understand that WOT has a big part to play in this, and I don't want to slam them too much, but quite honestly, I don't think that station would exist if it wasn't for NPR.
Not at all.
And I feel like UTK is the true college radio station. You know, UOT does a lot
One of the best in the
different
country.
What does WUOT do in the community?
Well, they do a lot. Well, they
I need to
actually
know that 'cause I don't see it a lot.
do some things in the community. However, they're two totally different beasts.
Oh yeah.
And for
They both can
traditional
coexist.
for
Oh, yeah, for
traditional college radio, that's WUTK.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
You
is
know,
what
I
college
mean,
radio
that's
is.
just a fact.
Yep.
And so, and the way that Benny has stepped it up so many levels is apparent in the accolades that he gets nationwide.
Oh yeah.
You know, how
Completely.
could you take something wonderful and again toss it out the window? How do you take someone that has given their all
No doubt.
for Tennessee and just say, "Oh, we're done now"?
Right. Well, it's, I don't know the ins and outs, but I think there's a bunch of feelings about WUTK from somewhere else upstairs, and I don't know how much that plays into anything, but there's some sketchy things going on that I've noticed in the last year, so that's all I can say. But whether that's true, I don't know. But it's just been weird.
Sometimes
the last year, which is when a bunch of things changed, when we became under the umbrella. So
Well,
somewhere
I'm
in there.
62 years old. And so for those folks, I mean, just remember when you were young. I mean, please. You may not like it. It's not made for you.
No,
You know?
no.
It's like we need young people to have a voice. We need young people to feel like they're being heard.
Well, here's the funny thing about that. I've already seen how they're framing it. Volunteers are causing complaints. So that's us, the old people. So what they're going to do, I think, is
My back's
say,
hurting. Sorry.
so what I think
Down in my back.
they will do is we're going to have nothing but students, which is true. That's probably what they will do. Now, what extent the station does what it as out in the community and all the shows and promotions and benefits that they do for other things, I don't think that's going to happen without a Benny. I know that's not going to happen without a Benny.
No.
That's not a question.
Not at all.
Because nobody's going to have that background.
And
that
then
Benny
those
has.
kids that come in and work during the day, and like he said, they and if they do want to be at there, then they should be.
Yeah.
That has not been the case in over 20 years. So, we are old people bitching about this, but it's
Well,
we were brought back because of that, because they needed help to fill in those open spots where students weren't filling in, and that's why we came back and we did it, and had some underwriting, and luckily a lot of people have helped Derek and I out over the years and jumped behind us from Metro Pulse. Everything they've been great. We've had great underwriters over the years. We have great now. We have Raven Records and Rarities, Jay Nations and Jack Styles down there. We have Scott West and ScruffyCity.com underwrite us, and it's just been a really good experience.
And then the Ridge.
Knox Ridge.
Yeah.
Well,
So
but even you guys being there, you go in and you guys, you could do it with your hands tied behind your back because you know what you're doing.
Yet it's still a total cluster every week.
But still, it might be a cluster, but nobody knows that outside the room. But the thing is, every time I've been down there have been kids down there, and they learn from the older folks who are down there. It's a mutual relationship that helps everyone.
It's
and
a fairly harmonious community.
Yes, it is. And every time I'm down there are kids that are learning. I was down there, I think Hubert Smith used to have a show, and I did his show a couple of times, and there were always kids helping out or, whatever. And they were learning from the folks who were there.
They gained experience.
And it's helpful to them, at first to see somebody else do it, watch somebody else, listen to somebody else do it for a while, before they feel comfortable just stepping into it.
Yeah. Well,
so it's education, friends, and we need to keep it up.
we do, and so man, I think we got a lot of people to roll through here. But man, I want to thank you for coming down.
Absolutely.
I know you got to go do stuff. You got to keep fighting the fight.
I will keep fighting the fight.
You know that we love you, and we're going to keep that
Benny
Lance Peter
Smith.
picture for years.
Oh yeah, that'll be our Christmas picture every year.
That whole blackmail photo, you guys have got
Oh
it.
no, it's going to be great.
But no, I mean, I'd do anything to make sure that people recognize what an amazing human being that Benny Smith is, and that this is such a bad move. Not just, what's happening to Benny, but what's happening to the students and the community at the University of Tennessee.
It's complete BS.
It is.
Yes.
Well, man, thank you for coming down. Give me a hug.
Absolutely.
Give me a hug.
we need
We love you.
hugs.
We love you. We love you.
Love you,
You're
dude.
awesome. You're awesome, man. So thank you very much. I think if we could get Chloe to come in real quick, let's just give her just like a couple minutes real quick. Chloe, do you want to come in? We got a student DJ here
I'm gonna step aside for a second.
that is going to come in and
Need a beverage.
so my child here, my offspring, it's my mini me. She looks like me with the red hair, much better looking. So Chloe came in to 4 years ago and told me she was going to be a sports journalism major, and
You
needed
told me.
Oh, that's not the story I've heard.
I don't recall that, but nonetheless,
Wait. That's not.
You
the
told me
sto-
I would be
No,
good
no.
at it,
He-
so I thought that.
I don't know. Well, anyway, you came in. So she came in and went down to the station and volunteered. And next thing I know, she was on sports radio. And Gus, who's now in is it Brazil?
Brazil.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Gus and
Gus,
Benny.
hey Gus,
Hey, hello, Gus.
if you're watching,
Yep.
listening,
What's up,
whatever.
man? Down there from South America. Gus took her under his wing, and Benny, and they turned her into this person that is just. She started holding her own with these guys on sports radio, and then she became the very first female sports director in WTK history.
Yeah.
So shout out for that. But I know you have some feelings about Benny. got anything you want to say? What's your 2 cents there?
Yeah, sure. Well, I actually worked a practicum at WTK this past semester because if you're a student in journalism, you have to have a practicum, which is basically just a fancy word for an internship where you log all your hours and you have to work like, for me, I wanted to do it in the WTK office, even though I could have done it in the DJ booth. I already knew how to do that. So I wanted to help out in the office side of things. And so I had this really big project they assigned to me to do where they said, basically, we want you to dig through the WTK archives. They had like boxes and boxes of newspaper clippings and like website articles that they printed out, letters from people and stuff like that. And they said, we are trying to show everyone what we're all about for visitors or people who may not know about us. So we want you to go through these and order them by year. And if they're not too much about WTK and it's just a random thing someone printed out, just throw it away. And I said, okay, because we just want it to be all about WTK for this specific purpose. Or don't throw it away, but just don't put it in the envelopes. And I said, okay. And so I went through all of these from 1982, maybe a little bit before 1982, because the station was in the works before then. But it was on air in 1982, and there was like nothing from like 1982 to, and then I start getting the 2004, 2005. And Benny's name starts coming up, and
That's weird.
WTK, like 2005 all the way till today, like the envelopes were like this big of WTK in the news and Benny and everything like that. And, you know, the name, he changed the name to The Rock, because it was like The Torch or something before.
That was a total train wreck.
That was the dark era.
Dark ages
Anyways,
of WTK.
My point is nobody
Holy cow.
cared. There were no articles being written about WTK, and there was nothing being written, or it wasn't getting any recognition until Benny got here, and I realized like how much of an impact he had when he took over. And there's one article specifically, or there's multiple of them, where WTK was voted, I forget what year, the #1 college radio station in all of the U.S. Multiple years. And so I just thought that was very showing. But if I had to speak about Benny on like a personal level, not me knowing that, I would say, obviously I've known him for a long time with you. And when they said we had to do an internship that was within the school, I immediately knew WTK is where I would feel most comfortable, just because I already knew Benny. But I went through the process of like every other DJ. It was during COVID. There were very little DJs. Like there's usually like hundreds, like 100 a semester maybe. No, there was maybe like 15 DJs.
Micro DJs?
That they let in. And,
they're now doing micro wrestling up in Pigeon Forge.
Oh, we got to go see that, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
And so I came in with a few other DJs, and after a few months, he knew that I wanted to do sports. I don't really know how. I don't know if I told him or what. And he knew that I wanted to do sports, and so he started telling, like, when the sports guys would come in, he'd be like, oh, Chloe wants to talk sports. Chloe wants to talk sports. Like, keep that in mind. And he literally, and Gus was there one of the days, and Gus literally added me to the group chat, and just like that, I was a freshman. I'd been in DJ for maybe a month, and I would have never gotten that opportunity anywhere else to be on the air. Like, every other internship I've had has been really helpful, but I would not be able to be on the air my first day. I remember my first day, we didn't know we were going to be on the air. It was me and this other girl, and he said, all right, are you good to read? Like, you can do it. And I remember I was announcing a Black Keys song, and I said the Black Eyed Peas. And it's like the black, you know.
You
black.
texted me, you were freaking out.
And he was like, it's okay. He was like, it's okay. Just try again and get it, and you'll get it right. And so, like when you make mistakes, he's there to let you know, but he knows.
It became really weird when you started doing the show right before Derek and I, because I would be rolling in to do a show, and then you're coming out, and I'm like, well, this is strange. My child is getting off air, and I'm going on air. I'm like, well, this is awkward.
Right.
Yeah, but within like 2 months, it wasn't awkward anymore. But then it took a couple months later, where like people were like, that dude's your dad? Or you're like, that guy's your dad? Oh, that's strange. So, no, it was good. But, man, well, thank you for coming down and giving your 2 cents, and I appreciate it. And I'm glad you got the experience. I'm glad that this whole thing did not go down during your senior year. I'm glad you got to finish it out, and now go get a job.
Yeah.
That'd be great. All right. Thanks, Chloe. All right. Love you, girl. All right. All right, who wants to come in? Who we got?
We could get a couple.
We can get a couple. Who wants to come?
Freak.
Oh, okay. I'll move over.
I got a quick mini story.
All right.
Oh, here we go. All right.
And Russ,
Hey, darling.
Russ and I worked here when we were young little children together. And
Wee little nuts.
so last night I was talking with Paxton Sellers, who you all know well.
Mr. V. Roy.
He and I were in a band in high school called Jimmy Hemorrhage.
Nice.
And
Fantastic band name. It's not being used right now. Oh, is it?
That's fine. And Benny gave us our first concert at Asa Clubs. It was the Thursday night thing. And we played, and Paxton was talking about how that kind of opened his eyes to what that world was like. And, he spent the next 15 years being in the V-Roys and doing his thing. But we recorded our concerts, and we aired them here on KCM when it was Community Television of Knoxville. And as a result of that, the mother of my children saw me on community television and came to see us in concert.
Oh,
and so
wow.
I've got kids because of that. I mean, that relationship is over.
you have the
thankfully,
kids?
But
Well, that was
I've got
a-
amazing kids.
That was a weird connect the dots, but the fact that,
No,
Ben-
I wouldn't
Benny
have
basically
kids if
helped-
it wasn't for Benny.
if it wasn't for Benny, you
That's
wouldn't
right.
have children.
Benny
All right,
Smith.
congratulations.
Hey,
Benny,
Creation.
That's a
So
good
thank you,
you
Benny,
produced
for
some
my
offspring.
children.
Way to go, Benny. All right.
Good one. Good one.
Hopefully we'll have another Benny offspring story here. I don't know. We'll see. So,
Okay.
Russ, man,
Damn.
we go back many years.
Oh my gosh.
Even worked together.
Yep, worked together at the Learning Academy.
That's how I heard about you.
Yeah.
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 There's some crazy times over there too, man.
We had some good times, but man,
God,
it was
yeah.
good. But yeah, you've been around this scene
Oh yeah.
longer than Benny, or as long.
I'm pretty sure I met him pretty damn early on, early '80s.
Yeah.
When he first started showing up at shows and stuff, and like this dude was, I mean, always at live shows, man.
Yeah.
So
Always there.
You know those people.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Because they're always there, and it's like, I can count on this dude to be there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's
he was,
wonderful.
he was the guy. He told me some stories about, being up in Greenville and coming down here, getting to Knoxville, the big city, and the shows. He was
yeah.
so he was driving down here in high school, going to shows, and I think he told me he started. I can't remember his whole entrance into the station, but it was it was at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh yeah, it's coming down here with skull soup.
Skull soup. Yeah, man.
Good stuff. Good Greenville down.
Yeah, great. Biggest thing to come out of Greenville. They're great.
They are great.
They're good.
Skull Soup.
But yeah, he's done a lot. I mean, and you've been in countless bands over the years, and
He's having countless bands now.
still doing the same thing.
Oh
And
yes.
yeah,
I'm addicted. It's
at this point, it's you. It's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it's just Russ.
Wait,
It's just
I
Russ
don't
Harper.
know what I'll do.
But I know, but having known you a long time, I know you got some opinions. You got anything? What do you think about this university decision, Russ?
I think it's a horrible decision. I mean, you're taking away the lifeblood of the dang music scene, man. I mean,
Exactly.
where are we going to get played on the radio?
Right.
Nowhere. I mean,
Nope.
you could count on UTK playing local stuff. It was the champion of the local stuff,
No.
and Benny was the ambassador. Well, you guys do all right too.
We
But
tried.
yeah, Benny made all that stuff happen, and it's a beautiful
Yep.
thing. Heck yeah. I was very proud that, when we put that book out, the Cumberland Avenue
Revisited. Yeah.
Yes, he made sure to say that he was the first person to interview me live on the radio with no delay.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, that was
dangerous.
Brave, very brave.
Yeah.
I was on Tennessee Sean several years ago for a Halloween show, and they were terrified. They read over every word I was going to say. Pretty sure I was going to start raining F-bombs.
Wow.
I would expect that. But,
Right.
Yeah. I've been around TV a couple of times. So.
But,
a few times.
Yeah, I'm okay with not.
Benny has been part of this scene, and I don't think it's something they
God.
don't understand since the beginning, and has left and come back, and it's. I mean, we've had people get record contracts and go on to other. Mike Keith for the Vols came out of that station.
Titans.
Vols. Titans.
Yeah. The other football team.
The other one.
What is him?
Yeah.
So there's a ton of careers that came out of that
Oh,
place.
yeah.
And
On top of all the amazing service to the music scene. I mean, It's ridiculous.
And just being
it's
out in the
heart
community in
of the
general.
community, man. It is.
Yeah.
And it's he's absolutely probably the biggest enabler. And we need good enablers.
We mean that in a good way. Yeah.
We need it.
Oh yeah. When I
We
say
need it.
enabler, it's kind of like saying freak. Okay.
Right.
I mean that as a compliment, and I use it sparingly. Not everybody gets called a freak.
Oh no! Well, man, thank you. I've been
Thank
called
you.
that a couple times.
Appreciate
So,
it.
yeah. Cheers, freak.
Cheers, freak. Yeah.
All right, well, dude, Russ, thank you for coming down.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Cheers,
man.
freak. And I think you taught me Chin Chin Stroso. No, man. Russ and I used to work for a foreign-language software company, and he would tell me how to say "Cheers, mother."
You mean
something.
Oncle Leda to Mare?
We'll go with that. Okay,
Yeah, that's French. That's French.
In multiple languages. So anyway, awesome, dude. Thank you for coming down.
Thank
Dude,
you, guys.
You're awesome. Good job. All right, man.
People in the middle.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna put you in the middle. All right, who we got?
Thanks for what you guys do.
Oh, thank you, dude. Who wants to be up?
Who's up? Echo, BT.
Yeah, we're gonna put you in the middle. Well, you know, because you're better looking than. Here,
wouldn't go
BT,
that far.
you slide on in there.
Yeah, because we got a show to promote
Yeah,
together
so you
tomorrow.
guys.
We got some promotions here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the show.
so
Yeah.
we're just gonna kind of, I don't know, I step back and they have their own thing and been going
Yep.
on for a long time. Both
But I've
of
known
them.
you forever. I
met
I'm-
you when I moved here in '92. I don't think I was even 21.
And we went to a Smashing Pumpkins concert in Alabama together.
I don't
In
remember
like
that.
'93 or '4. Oh, I do with Mike Condon.
Oh, that was me.
Okay.
And you
that's
were
what I
there
was like,
too?
And Tom Pappas went too.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, you were there too.
Okay.
It was
I
at
was
UA
not there.
It was me. It was at UAB Arena.
Yes, it was.
I could
so
have
that's
been
how
there.
long
but
I've known these guys.
I don't remember.
Oh, good lord.
That was a long
That's
time
crazy.
ago.
And
Tom,
then
yeah, it was crazy.
So
I
we're-
met you guys when I first got to college, but I was on Horn Radio out in
Oh, yeah.
Farragut.
That's where I-
Yep.
yeah.
You were out at Horn, and I was doing sports talk before I got to
Russell
UT. I was at Pellissippi, and then I transferred, and we started doing. I started doing a hip hop show because of Wiggs, Ratchet, Chris One dropped knowledge and asked me.
Atticus.
Yeah, Atticus. Like, well, I mean, Atticus was freestyling on the show.
Because
back
his
then.
show
Yeah.
actually started in the pirate station.
It was the pirate station with Ratchet.
K-Far.
Not
in a
Ratchet. Yeah,
little-
Ratchet.
in a little
Yeah, K-Far.
graffitied up
Yeah.
trailer, and
Yeah.
then moved to WUTK.
And it was on Sunday nights.
Yep.
So it went from Sunday night to Saturday night. And I've been with Edutainment. Edutainment would have turned 20 in February. I've been there 19 years.
We'll see.
Since 06.
Would have.
Would have.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It still could.
Still
Tentatively.
could. Still,
Tentatively.
yeah. Still could. Still could.
It's not looking great, but we'll see what
not
happens.
looking
We'll
good.
see what
Right,
happens.
right.
Well, man, what do you guys want? This is DJ
And then,
Ico.
hey, and I do the Electronic Zoo, and then he does the Entertainment Hip Hop Show. And we've known each other and worked together for many years, since
Yeah.
he was like 16 years old.
Right, yeah.
First
Right.
time he rolled in, Derek and I on air, he came in and started busting out his, just say terrible.
What you want, terrible, or we want terrible? Because I listen to the Funhouse, and every time Charles Barkley listens to the Funhouse, I sometimes think to myself, "There's too much fun in the house."
That's a very Barkley thing to say.
very Barkley thing to say.
And he
But
would, he would screw with us because next thing you know, we can't really talk because he has us in stitches. And I'm like, okay, so BT's taking over.
Man, I was hitting it with Bill.
We always
Clinton
told you,
and
well,
everything.
come back any week.
Come back because you just threw us for a loop there. But yeah, you got some stuff coming up.
And then it led
Yeah, we
to
have a show
Golden-
tomorrow night, actually, at the Holistic Connection on Gay Street. It's Passport Clarity, which is BT, Skill Clinton, and then Black Fuchsia, and myself will be DJing.
What
with
time?
Passport
Time's that
Clarity.
start?
Starts, the doors open at 7.
7 p.m. We're going to 11.
Yeah.
7 to 11.
Oh, that's
The
just
show's probably
for
going to
me.
start
Yeah,
around
yeah.
8:30.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we get
Come
we
on.
get
Get
got
home
you
and
know,
get
40
some
and up.
donuts.
You know, get this. Get
you got the
get in there.
AARP show.
Yeah,
All
AARP.
right, the early bird.
Perfect.
The early
All right,
bird
perfect.
show.
All
The
right,
show
that's
starts
awesome.
about 8:30, and then
Yeah.
you can get tickets online on the Facebook page.
Yeah, you can get them online. And you can get them at Blank X States.
What's that Facebook
/
page?
THC. Which,
My Facebook page is
Your Facebook page,
facebook.com/DJIKOUSA.
Yep. All right.
And yours.
And you?
Yeah, so you can get me at Brian. Brian BT Tate on Facebook, IG at 2pairtate_.
Yeah, and that's Brian B. That's Brian BT Tate. The dark Brian BT Tate. Because we
Yes.
realize there's also the white
There's
Brian
also
BT
the
Tate.
white.
and they're night and day different.
Very night and day different.
They both like live music, but
Yes.
but this guy,
Yes.
man, he's a good
So,
one.
so man, tell us
yeah, give us so you're working
Give the whole
with Benny. Yeah,
Oh, the
man.
whole story.
Spit it
So I was at
Vinny.
Mississippi State. And I was majoring already in broadcast communications, and I was going to the shows, and I met Benny through DJ Wiggs. So I had my meeting with him, and he asked me, did I want to be hip hop director already? And I was like, well, I hadn't even started my first class yet. I'm still actually at another school. And so I was hip hop director while I was in another school.
Wow.
Yeah, so then when I transferred, and
Wait, you weren't a student?
I was not a
And,
student.
and they let you
yet.
in the building?
They
Oh.
let me. Yeah,
Oh.
I was not a
dude.
student, and they let me in the building. Yeah.
But then he became
So
a student.
right, so I started
have a-
school.
You were a rogue
about
DJ out of the gate.
I was a rogue DJ out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I probably am the cause of this. So
Oh wait, I got one.
yeah. So I started doing that, and around 07 is when I got the UT, and I started doing like Rock Solid Sports. And then Edutainment spawned Gold Standard that comes on Sundays.
Yep.
When Edutainment was the Sunday hip hop show. And it's completely changed now to where, you know, we have Gold Standard that comes on 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. every Sunday with Mr. Ill and Young Freeman and Passport Clarity. And then you have
And that's the
Saturdays.
old school.
That's
Yeah.
the old
Particularly
school.
old school. It's
yeah,
a
it's
killer
kind of
show.
like
Yeah.
it's the
It
old
is.
school hip hop for those hip hop heads.
And they still freestyle.
Yeah,
Still freestyle
it's
every
a
Sunday
blast,
night.
man.
It's fun.
And then Saturday nights with me, YSN, DJ Megs, and Money Man Mark, we've been on for a long time, and
19, 20 years.
we're going on 20 years in
Right.
February. Hopefully, we were. And the funny thing, I was talking to Benny a couple of weeks ago before his vacation about doing our 20th anniversary and making it, you know, a big show where
That's
we
what I
have
wanted to
Funhouse,
do.
Mothership,
Yeah.
everybody come out,
Same
you know,
here.
Fire on the Mountain,
Simmer down.
because there was one time I got stuck at the station. Colton just reminded me of this, and I was stuck at the station. I'm finishing up, I think one of my last like midterms, because I had came back to school, and I'm finishing up one of my last. I got snowed at the station. I didn't have 4-wheel drive.
Yes,
I rode with Colton. I won't say John Patrick, and that was one of the best nights I've ever got stuck at the station in my life. Like, I just now remembered when he was telling me about it, I'm like, man, I was still in school. Yeah. And then when I got done with school, I just kept doing the show because we didn't really get students until Ty Polo, ABZ, they were like our students, and then YSN and DJ Megs came in and Money Man Mark, and we just kept it rolling.
Well, he's probably not going to tell you this, but one of the reasons he kept doing the show is I can't tell you how many awards this guy's been nominated for and won
man.
because of being the #1 hip hop DJ on the radio.
Oh, he's been
and
all
not,
around.
not just the words in
No.
Knoxville. We're
Oh,
talking
man.
Right.
No, this
worldwide.
guy's traveled. He's traveled all around. He was
Yeah.
the hype guy. He was pre-Stroll the Pearl hype guy at
Yeah,
the
UT.
basketball
For
games.
the University of Tennessee.
He's announcer for West Sports. He still does that,
Still
and
do that.
and the guy is one of the hardest workers. He works at any time. He's probably juggling like 6 jobs. Right?
Yeah.
Do we need hair and makeup to come in?
No, it's just the lights are really
I
good.
know.
I love the lighting. The
That's
lighting
why
is
you
really
probably
great.
can see half my
I
face, but
know.
I can't deal with that.
No, the lighting is great. The lighting's great. But no, like Benny was actually.
Oh, wait, I think it's making you look darker.
A little bit, a little bit tan. But no, Benny was one of my key references for doing spring break for Student City and MTV. I got to go to Cancun, the Bahamas.
This is when you were a
Acapulco.
student.
This was when I was still a student.
I'm just making sure.
And you got to go to
Yeah.
Cancun.
It opens up
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
avenues for students.
But he opened up so many avenues when I was a student that I got to live my dream announcing the basketball games at UT. I got to be on sports radio with Russell W. Smith. I got to be on
Russell
a lot
W.
of
Smith,
stuff.
Fan Run
Yeah,
Radio.
like,
Check him
I got
out.
Mike Griffith used to bring me on Sport Talk with him and Dave Hook.
I don't know how you got to go to Cancun. The only place Derek and I got to go was the Cherokee Bike Rally to see Bud Cherry, and we saw a girl in leather chaps climb a grease pole.
and then
That was it.
And then
We
the
did see
countless
that.
shows.
He
Like
did.
we
I'd like
got
to
to
see
open
that.
up for Snoop Dogg.
Is that when Snoop Dogg was like Yeah.
Yeah. And we got to open up for Snoop Dogg. Like that never
We had
never
Method
happens.
Man and Redman at the station
Yeah.
a long time
Oh,
A long
wow.
time ago.
Yeah, we had them in
from
there
Orange
for-
Peel when we did the show at the Orange Peel, did an interview with
Man.
Redman.
They came all the way to
Yeah.
Knoxville just to be on the station. with us.
Project Pat.
How did I not hear that?
Royce the 5'9".
I don't know. That was a while ago.
It's a list. It's a list of who's who, far as hip hop, because of Benny Smith, man. And
It is.
It's a real travesty because you get the Electronic Zoo right after Edutainment, and those shows connect a ton of people. Like there's been times when I've had guys call that thinking about committing suicide, and they listened to the Crossroads and it got them through it.
Yeah.
Like a buddy of mine passed away a few weeks ago, and I played Crossroads, and the guy, he didn't want me to disclose his name, but he calls in on the station, and he's like, "Man, I'm going through some really tough times, and you played the Crossroads, and I was really thinking about just ending it." And it's just like, if I didn't put that on the playlist and my friend had passed away, we don't have this conversation.
DJs don't realize the kind of
Yeah.
impact they make.
Yeah.
No, and you don't realize who's listening. And we have had people that have listened to us the entire time. When we run a station out west, we met someone at Second Bell Music Festival. Shout out to Rusty Odom.
Yeah, shout out to Rusty Odom.
Blank.
And the guy came. I was coming out of a porta potty, and the guy's like, "Are you Rob or Derek?" And I was like, I'm Rob." And he listens to us every single week, and
That's the best, man.
he's probably about 10 years older than me. And it was really, and we get regular callers, and I'm like, "That's nuts. Why are you listening?" And they're regulars, and they call, and they just sometimes you just make their night. By like, "Dude, play me something random," and you're like, "Oh, well, that's out of left field."
Oh,
And
that's easy.
so it's like, we're like, hey, well,
It does. It makes their night.
it does.
I mean,
It does.
makes a
It makes
huge
your night.
impact. Music
But I
really-
started listening to you guys when I was in college. Like when I first got to Mississippi State, I want to say, I think it was like your first year, and I was listening to you guys every Friday night.
Yeah, and you were like-
before I was, you know what I'm saying? Well, before I had met you.
Yeah.
Because I met you like the next year.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
yeah.
Before you
You're
even
like,
know
oh, it's
us.
Dumb and Dumber. I like these guys. Oh well.
But no, it's just really opened up a ton of doors, like for a lot of people.
A lot of
And-
students,
Yeah.
and a lot of the students, such
lot
as
of the
yourself,
students, yeah.
and you must stick
wanna-
around and help.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
because
say
we
I
love
have a
it.
lot of respect for Benny because he literally opened up a lot of doors for so many different genres of music. It's
Yeah.
not just rock, and will give so many local artists airtime, interviews, plays, promotion, plus all the local businesses. He's always promoting it, letting us, getting us to do shows there to raise money for whatever they needed at the time.
He's a fucking treasure. He's a treasure.
He is a treasure. but the EDM scene would not be what it is in Knoxville if he hadn't given us that avenue.
Right.
Like the Midnight Voyage, Brian Coakley.
Midnight
He's
Voyage.
brought a lot of the EDM DJs here in town. And I just really appreciate the fact that we were able to play EDM. My show, The Electronic Zoo, is the hottest club in Radioland. I'm going to say is.
And what time
still.
is it and when?
That's at midnight to 3
Was.
on Saturday
We'll see.
nights,
Hopefully it
right
is
after
again.
the Edutainment Hip Hop Show. And then after that, later on, the next evening, Sunday, DJ Crowley was Simmer Down with the reggae show.
Simmer Donna.
And I get to play on the Simmer Down, on the Mothership, on the Edutainment
Edutainment
Hip Hop
show,
Show,
yeah.
the Soul Power. I've gotten to play all of them. So I really appreciate everything that Benny Smith has done, is doing, and will do.
And then when I moved, Benny let me have a 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. show. Like I had moved trying to get another radio job.
Is
like,
that where the gold standard came from?
No, it wouldn't even go standard. It was the early morning snack. I was doing that show, and I wasn't even still in Knoxville. And he trusted me enough that I was even having it pre-recorded, or I'd come in before I start working in Knoxville. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, he
Yeah,
just
well.
He's a hell
really
of a
shaped
guy.
the culture,
Yeah.
man. Really
Alright.
shaped
Yeah.
the culture.
He's what we
Man.
need more of, and this, I don't know what's going on and why the university that's supposed to be a backbone of this town.
Well,
Would
I
try
tell
to
you,
kill
they're
something
hearing
like
it.
that.
They're hearing
Oh, they're
it from
hearing
the
it.
public, and you guys
Yeah.
keep continue.
Oh
let
yeah,
it
we
be
got to
known.
we got to you got to keep it. You got to keep this snowball going, and it needs to keep getting bigger.
Don't stop.
But it's
Don't
mostly,
stop.
You see the post on Facebook.
Don't stop,
there.
won't stop.
It's the big thing of people have, volunteered, or even when they're out of school, to still come back to, teach and
There's a
help.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to thank
I
a
love
guy
working with interns. The
I do
interns,
too.
the student interns are great.
Yeah.
And they help you realize what's hot, what's not. They get to learn a lot, and you motivate them. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience.
It is. It's a
think
great
we should be able
experience,
to
and
continue to
it
share.
gets in your blood, and it just becomes a thing. It becomes an obsession, and
It's an addiction.
it is.
Like,
but-
Not that I have any kind of
It's
addicted
easy,
personality
Like,
or
where can
anything,
you-
but it is slightly addictive.
Like,
It's music.
like where can you hear
music,
locals
you're
only, the mothership, simmer down, fire on the mountain, ye alternative, new revolution, is it revolution?
New Revolution.
New
New
Revolution.
Sarah
Evolutions,
Atkins.
Midnight Voyage.
Midnight Voyage,
Easy.
Edutainment, Gold Standard, Electronic Zoo. Like, you don't get that in radio. All of those.
No, not at all.
different- It's
No,
so much
because
not
it's
at
what
all.
it's because it's what
And the
this is a
underground
total. I just imagine they have the ability to pump music in, and that becomes a soulless. Just so kids come in and talk over whatever is not that's handpicked by someone that knows music, knows
AI
what's going
picks
on
it.
around here, knows what pays attention to charts, does all the college
It
radio
becomes well,
stuff.
it's because there's people that are doing it. Each have a passion for what they're doing, and Derek and I are both just music nerds. We have a passion for it, and JP, who you'll see here in a bit, we met him through another show, and we have this collaborative playlist. We're all on the same page, just
Absolutely.
discovering new stuff and putting it out there, and we want people to hear this stuff. We're like, dude, every Friday on our release radar, we're like, did you hear this? You hear that? And we're just going
the
through and
underground
playing
music
it.
you can't hear anywhere else.
No, you can't,
No.
and it's going to be popular eventually somewhere. But,
And it's
yeah.
funny because half the time I'll be in my car listening to like y'all's show or somebody's show, and I'm like, "What is this?" I'll Shazam it. I'm like, "Oh, there's only been 4 Shazams of this song. I mean, it is that new."
Yeah,
You'll not-
yeah, yeah.
Seriously,
Well, man,
brand new stuff. It's
thank you
just
guys for
impressive.
coming down.
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
Thanks
much.
for having us,
Thank you.
man.
This is
I know it was all
awesome.
This
last
was
minute,
awesome, man. This
and,
was awesome.
It was awesome. It's
Like,
been
I
great.
love what y'all did at Barley's last night too. I couldn't stay too long. I got there like about 7:15.
You had to go to work?
Yeah, well, I was leaving work. I was leaving work. But nah, man, like I really thank y'all for having
Yeah,
us.
keep the
to
vibes going.
have us
Appreciate it.
on,
We're gonna do it,
man.
100%.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so
100%.
much.
We're gonna keep this rolling. We're gonna
Yes.
keep in touch. We got it all going on. So, man, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, dude.
Love to hear you.
Love you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
BT.
Brethren.
Hey, man.
Brethren.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
y'all.
Thank you.
Soon.
Time for
Thank you guys.
Mechanicsville.
All right, who we want? Who's coming?
Love you, Benny.
Simadonna.
Simmer down now. Are we gonna talk in a Jamaican accent?
No.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Absolutely not mine.
All right.
I want to say real quick, guys, and to everybody out there, this is a family, and this whole thing is because of Benny. We would not have a family without Benny.
Nope.
Period. Never, ever, ever. I love my family. BT, back in the day, man. Edutainment. This is before
Everyone in this room out here.
Everybody.
We may not see each other that often, but when you do, it literally
Hey.
is. It's a family. It's a connection.
I don't
And,
want to lose my family, dude. You know, that hurts me. You know, passion first, money never. Perfect job for us, right?
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's about the love. It's about the passion. This is what we do. We do it for you guys.
Right.
That's what we do. You know, I mean, I remember back in the day. I mean, BT. I'm gonna shout you out right now, man. Shout out time. Shout out time. I'd be listening to the radio before I was even on the radio, and I'd be like, "Shout out time! What is this? This is so cool." And I pattern like I can see as one of my idols, dude. Like for sure, like I pattern my show, my energy off of what BT does, and that's what we do. We feed off of each other, and we bring kids in. I was a student.
Yeah.
I came in as a student.
That's kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's not like nobody can have my show ever. I actually handed my show down
Yep.
multiple times, went on the road,
Yep.
became a tour manager, did all this stuff because of Benny, by the way.
Right.
We never had
Also.
that. And then came back, you know? I mean, it's not like we don't want the students to come in.
Right.
Right.
You
Yeah.
are always welcome. The family is always better together, dude.
Yeah.
Period. I mean,
It
I
is.
can't
It
say
is.
that enough.
So anyway, man, but it's we're gonna.
We're going to figure it out.
I know you've
We're gonna
got.
figure it
I
out.
mean, just when I listen to your show, it seems like you have tons of avenues that you. I mean, he's all just the interviews, constant interview. You're all. I mean, you work.
Yeah.
We don't.
We have a good time, man. That's what it's all about, having a good time.
But you could tell you put a whole hell of a lot of work into your show. Just listening to it. And BT as well. Very rarely do I get to hear Ico because I'm old, and I do catch it occasionally.
Yeah, every once in a
that's
while.
just obviously high energy.
Yep.
And so everything that's done on that station is just it comes with a passion, and it starts with Benny Smith, and he spreads it, and people stick around and help because they love it, and it's a big part of the community, and it needs to stay the way it is because I don't know what the plans are, but they can't be as good as what is happening currently.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's very important. It's like this is needed. We need it. We need to keep it, and I think hopefully we're doing something here tonight to at least keep people's interest alive enough that we're going to get some answers to at least figure out where short of them coming out and telling me that he committed some felony.
Right.
I'm pretty much.
Doesn't matter what they say.
No,
It'll be
I don't care.
BS.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you guys know what's going on, give us a call.
Yeah, please,
865
if anybody
Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, no, wait, hold on.
No, don't give them the number. Don't.
Oh, I was gonna get. We have a number to call in.
No.
Okay, we won't do that. We won't do. Never mind.
We
don't
can't
do
do that anymore, can we? I mean, hey, if you guys love what we do, because we really do, support us. But number one, support Benny because he created all of us, man.
Yep.
I mean, without him, we got nothing. This blew me away the other day, man. Blew me away.
When the torch was here,
865-215-4337. That's 865-215-4337, and that will we'll see what happens there. Hopefully, there's a delay, but no.
I'd lost my train of thought.
Nah, I mean, Benny, man, it's just blew me away.
We love you, Benny.
Blew
If
me
you are
away.
watching,
Yeah.
and I hope you are, we freaking love you. And everyone's kind of freaking out if you haven't noticed. So it will continue to be a freak
All
out.
right. Well, man, we love you. We have for a long time. Thank you. Gonna give you a hug too, like we do everybody.
Love you guys.
It is
Family
a family,
got a
man.
hug.
It's a family. It's a family.
The
All
family
right.
is always better together. Remember that. We love you, Benny Smith.
Facebook?
Oh,
Facebook.
yeah, social media. At Simmer Down Central. Don't worry about it.
Simmer down,
Simmer down.
Central.
Simmer down, Central.
Do you all want to take a little 3-minute break and we'll play a Colonel Bacchus video?
Yeah.
Lead in?
Let's do that.
Colonel Bacchus video is good. We'll be right back.
We'll be
We're gonna
right
do a Colonel
back.
Bacchus
We're gonna get
video,
some Colonel Bacchus
and we're
going.
gonna bring in some Colonel Bacchus.
I bought my first skateboard during COVID. Something I just couldn't go without. We've been hearing about that pump track. Instagram let the word out. And I'm going down the pump track. I'm gonna ride all around. I'm going down the pump track. Look out, I'm carving down. We're going down the pump track. Go ahead and wreck our hells. I'm gonna skate real hard to Santa Cruz, man. I'll make a big fool of myself. I'm going down the pump track. Nobody does any airs. And I'm carving around pump track. Maybe I'll meet a girl down there. When I drop in the downhill, all the bikers stop and scowl. A lot of skater girls taking lessons, but for free I'll show them how. And I'm going down the pump track, turn me loose, ride like a goat. I'm going down the pump track, hell at least his board won't be broke. Pump track, man, the hell we rolling like old school. No one flips a pump track, you carve around, be hanging with the dregs. You roll around those humps like a hog, swallowing fish heads. You're going down the pump track, you big talking skate, my hand. And I'll be skating down a pump track with my Wuhan infected clan. I bought my first skateboard during COVID. Something I just couldn't go without. I've been hearing about that pump track. Instagram, let the word out. And I'm going down to Punch Track and do me some carving around. We're going down to Punch Track, ain't no airs going down. We got our first skateboard during COVID, more contagious than a Wuhan trial. We've been hearing about that Punch Track. Instagram, let the word out. And we're going down to Punch Track, and that's a fact, Jack. And we're going down to Punch Track, old school skating coming back. Oh yeah, we rolling like 1977 all over again.
Oh, we got a caller.
I can't answer.
How are you gonna hear it?
All right, who we got?
How can we do this?
Can I call? Can I pick up the phone?
This is ridiculous.
I've been.
All right, we got you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Here's something.
Gosh, I just got.
So I'm Nick Phillips. I used to be a sports director at Rock Solid Sports.
Oh yeah.
What was your name? What's your name?
Nick Hill.
Cool. What's up?
What is up? I just wanted to call out of solidarity because I hate what is going on with WTK. I mean, it's just such a great institution, and I really hope that things can be reversed. But yeah, I just wanted to call in solidarity.
Man, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
What,
Thanks for
when were
calling.
you sports director?
I was in 2020. I was alongside Gus Tomazelli and Andrew Bowen.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You guys.
Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
y'all did a good job. Man, so what are you doing now?
I'm a news reporter in Chattanooga with WGS Channel 12 down there, and it's really crazy because yeah, I was doing radio in college, but like a lot of those skills translate over to TV and other industries.
Right.
And it's because of the fact that it is such an experimental.
Well,
And-
you are another prime example of what we're talking about and what they're potentially really screwing up.
You came through this and then got a career based on what happened at WTK
And Benny.
and Benny.
That's what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's phenomenal.
I got a life out
Man,
of
thank
it.
you so much for taking a sec to call. Appreciate it.
Thank you for calling, man.
Fight the fight. Yeah, let them know. Let them know, man. Send them a 2-cent
Absolutely.
donation and ask for a tax return.
Yep.
Ask for a receipt.
Oh, definitely will go. Oh, dude, have a great rest of your show.
All right.
Thanks, bud.
Shoot an email. Thank you, man. Thanks for calling.
So check this out. I took intro to broadcasting at the same time I was taking the senior level TV producing that people couldn't pass because for whatever reason they were 4-year broadcasting majors. And I was taking the intro to broadcasting. I made an A in that and an A in the TV producing at the same time that the people were failing in it. That's when I first started in the broadcasting department. If you could put a microphone together, you were,
Good, yeah,
student. And that was in 1990. And the first announcement I ever made was Stevie Ray has passed away.
Stevie Ray Vaughan died.
Yeah.
Your first
that
show.
was my freshman year of college, I think. I wasn't here yet.
1990?
Yeah, I wasn't here yet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my favorite, Colonel Bacchus, and I've told you this, but was the week it was when Jerry Garcia died.
Oh my, yeah, this is good.
And you were you were doing the Colonel Bacchus radio show, and you talked about Jerry Garcia dying, and then you played. It went into and I'm like, he's playing Kiss.
Did I say this is the Grateful Dead too?
No, oh yeah, but
you
then
might
you
have
played
announced it
Kiss.
as and then you played Kiss.
And then you played Kiss.
But I had, I went on after the Dead, so you had to do something. And I'm a comedian, so I had to just. It's comedy from day one, So.
I don't know that you're a comedian. I think it's just legit you. I don't.
Yeah. That's a.
Look at this, dude, put the shoe up here, man.
Bacchus.
Look at the shoe.
Yeah.
We got the entire.
This
outfit.
is an
He has
ensemble.
the shirt, the
to end
Bacchus
all
shirt.
ensembles.
Check out the back of it.
Oh wait, we got the. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Awesome.
You need to sell that.
Yeah.
Those.
44,
I would,
that was the first band I was in, Turbine 44.
I would buy
Turbine
one of those
44.
jerseys.
Yeah.
I'll trade you a Funhouse jersey for a
1981.
Bacchus jersey.
Yeah, Funhouse. Yeah.
I have a Funhouse jersey.
Okay. Let's do it.
We got Funhouse jerseys.
Okay.
All right,
Do
I'm
that.
down.
So yeah, Benny got me going in radio. I
Yeah.
was already 10 years into music. Started at a young,
Right.
and then started doing radio and worked with Benny at the Mercury Theater and all that. But
Merc.
the 6-7 years I was at the New Rock 90, I did 7 24-hour radio marathons.
Right. Yep. I remember that.
And we used to raise money for the little transmitter, you know.
We have trouble doing 2.
$700.
Right.
I raised $700 for the transmitter. I'm doing a 24-hour radio. It's a completely broke kid. Go in there. Here's your $700.
Wow. That's impressive.
Every single penny, I went
believe
and gave
you.
it to them because I wanted it to, be a success. And
And it has been a success, and you've been a big part of that, and you've been around, and you're still doing stuff, and then you went on to do an internet broadcast that is something that when I listen to, it takes so much effort, so much time, and I listen to that, and I'm like, dear God, this guy is doing an internet broadcast, and the amount of time it must take you to put into that.
every week. I did it for 6 years.
I know,
don't
and
do
it's
it
crazy.
anymore. I
Well,
don't do
no,
it
because you
anymore.
probably don't have time anymore.
Yeah, I do records now. I'm working on my third.
He does records?
Yes,
He has,
we tried to play one, and there was no audio for some reason. So hopefully at some
You can
point.
if someone wants one of those, right? I know you can go to Pluto Sports in Knoxville and
Yeah,
pick it up, but
and
where
pick
else would
up
you
the
have?
first record?
You can get it at
called
Raven?
Journey to the Center of the Slime.
Which is great.
The second record coming out this fall is called Escape from the Center of the Slime.
Right.
And I'm currently working on The Bride to the Center of the Slime.
Oh wow!
Now
The
are these
third
are
record.
these you
That's
know,
probably
concept?
It's probably better than a
records,
double
or-
album. You don't want.
Yeah, the second record's being pressed right now. We ought to have it in October.
And this
I
is
hope.
Colonel Bacchus and the.
And Escape to the Center of the Slime.
That's probably going to be his Chinese democracy.
Right now,
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, yeah, this sucks.
The Journey to the Center of the Slime you can pick up at Raven Records, Lost and Found, Pluto Sports.
And it is nothing like anything you will ever hear anywhere.
No.
I promise you.
It's
It
Well,
is-
this next record, it tops that. Yeah.
Good God.
Well, is this off the? This is off the last one.
That's
what were you
off the
trying to
next-
play?
That is off the next upcoming record. It's called Pump Track.
Oh, you did
Which
that one before.
originally was a
love that song.
karaoke version that I recorded in 2020.
Right.
But I went into the studio with the Arbor Dukes, and now
Yep.
so I own the recording, and it's all
Oh, we
Shout out
have
to the Arbor Dukes.
Arbor Dukes.
Arbor
and
Studio.
Yeah.
Gray Comer, John Baker record the whole thing with me. They're just incredible musicians.
They are.
Oh yeah,
But,
definitely.
And he does a lot of skate art. It's phenomenal. And do we have a caller on hold?
But
No.
take the
Did we?
caller real quick.
No. Okay, lost connection. All right, good.
No, no.
But basically, okay, the reason I'm here in Knoxville is because, sort of because of Benny. Because
Right.
I was at MTSU doing recording.
Yep.
Came back for the summer and then found out I could be on the radio. And I thought that was cool, you know. And the fall of
It is. It's
1990, on Halloween, I started Colonel Bacchus' radio show. And I was able to play like Slayer, Guar. That stuff had never been played on the radio back then. People had no idea. And I mean, of course, by the time I finished the radio there, I would never really play those bands because when I started, what I wound up with two different places. Because you evolve, you know.
You evolved.
You evolved. We didn't evolve.
And,
Yeah,
You evolved into this.
Right.
First time I met you, you were riding a skateboard at the Wallows in like 1987.
Yeah.
And rolling around like that guy's a complete freak.
Yeah. First time I ever went to the Wallows, 1976.
Wow.
So.
Good God, you're old.
Yeah, I just turned 60.
I know you just had a birthday.
I just turned 60.
Had a birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
I know,
birthday,
man.
Bacchus.
You did it. Happy birthday,
I
Bacchus.
feel like there's a lot of people here, so we ought
They
to
are.
get
So we got to
another-
move on. But man, thank you for coming down. And the
just-
thing is, I don't think you should be on radio. I think you should be on television.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm doing videos now. Colonel Bacchus videos.
Where
on YouTube.
Where can we find?
Where can we find
you
it?
Post them.
Colonel Bacchus channel on YouTube.
Colonel
All right.
Bacchus channel, YouTube.
The
Perfect.
Colonel Bacchus
All right.
channel on YouTube.
Go check it out.
But really, Benny Smith and firing all you guys. This is like the biggest culture.
Well, we don't know that anyone's fired.
Yeah, we're on
We
hiatus.
don't,
It's
we
a hiatus.
don't.
It's a hiatus.
We
right now.
hope, we hope UT that you
Comes
change
to
your
their
mind.
senses.
And come to your senses.
They usually don't.
I mean, they would have never fired General Nayland, right? Why fire Benny? I mean, he is he's the General Nayland of UTK. No one else that I know of can do what he does because he's been around so
That
long.
man
The fact that he
works-
was around in 1990 working when I came there. He knows the bands. The fact he did all the Mercury shows, he did No Cheese, all those booking, all those
And
shows.
once we get this news out to all these bands that love him and they get on board with this, dude, I can't.
If
I
I
can't
had
fathom.
money, I would.
I saw
Open,
Trent Subner and people started posting
Yeah, we
about
need,
this. Scott
we need,
Miller,
I guess, like more people to call, like not call in, but to get involved, like that just called in.
Buy-
I was a student there, now I have a job.
We
in
need someone to
W-
buy
yeah.
a frequency and get Benny Smith and just, follow the exact UTK.
Oh,
playlist.
yeah.
All the bands that we were playing on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just play them on
I agree.
commercial radio.
Yeah.
But money kills everything, so that's hard to do. But let's wish for that. And
All right,
thanks,
will.
guys.
All right,
It's
thanks,
been
man. All right,
beautiful
dude.
being with
Thank you, man. We love you, Colonel Bacchus.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Benny,
One of our favorites.
Benny Smith, I
One of our
love you.
favorites. Yeah.
It's good being here.
Oh wait, who we got? Oh, come on, we got a former underwriter coming in. One of our good buds. Hey, you want to go to the middle?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I see that.
No, I'm sorry, my bad.
It's cool. I like that stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
How goes it?
It goes.
All right, so this guy, I've known about 11.
Yeah, ish. 12.
When did you? 2011.
2010.
It was April 23rd, 2010.
2010.
Birthday.
So I've known this guy about 14 years. He used to own the Beer and Beer Market, now on South Coast Pizza, and he's one that has
And Alliance.
and Alliance, and he's a guy that has honestly meant a lot to me because I started running during that time, and he kept me in this running group, and he has a lot of harebrained ideas. But sometimes I think the ADD just when he follows through, he's golden, and he's one of the best human beings. No, he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
And he's the mayor of South Knoxville. He's the mayor of Sevier Avenue.
Yeah, I would
This
say
guy is pretty much he's everywhere down there. But you've been an underwriter in the past, and you've supported the station, and you've known Benny, and
You may go all the way back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the cool thing. Dad built a house. I'm from La Follette, Campbell County. You know that. Yeah, you've known that about me.
La Follette, La Follette.
Le Filet.
Las Vegas. whatever.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so Dad built this house.
At least it's not Jellicoe.
Well,
Nothing
no,
wrong
it's
with
not.
Joe.
Okay, nothing wrong. Okay.
Yeah, cold country. Anyway, so I was able, as a teenager, to get WTK on the radio waves, a little puny radio station in La Follette, Tennessee. I was able to listen to WTK.
That's crazy.
As a teenager,
Dang.
playing basketball, right? Yeah. So I pop open the door, to the mom's car and listen, just play hoop, and then, do what you do as a teenager, hang out. But that was my first introduction. And then one of the cool things is WTK introduced me to Outkast. All right.
I was around 99, 90, somewhere in there.
96.
6. Okay, I knew it was
Yeah,
90s.
96. So I was like, I was graduating high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's listening to AC/DC and Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
because I'm in
La
La
Follette.
Follette. So I would take over basketball practice because I went straight to the mall and bought that album, and that was my first experience with UTK. Obviously, I didn't know Benny then.
Right.
At all. And I moved away for about a decade, and when I come back, it's 90.3 The Rock, rocking ears for 25 years. So when I move back and I've got a sales job, I'm listening to 9.3, and I'm still getting new music coming in my ears. Like then it was like Kings of Leon.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It got to that era, and I'm like, who is this Benny Smith dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right. So I got a sales job and everything like that. Then fast forward, okay, open beer and beer market. So then that's when I met you guys, and then started getting ingratiated in the UTK community.
Yep.
WUT Benny, and then started underwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my whole thing that I've ever done is I don't pay for media.
Right.
I've never paid for a radio. I mean, they're gonna come looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna make their sales calls. But the underwriting thing was the art, that Benny provided to the artist. His was an art as well, to provide to the artist to make his community like massive, powerful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, huge network of people that are in the industry that, I mean, it comes down to respect, but it comes down to...
He has a ton of respect.
Because it comes down to performance. And being able to...
He has always performed.
Every single time, and then on top of that, he introduced me to so many friends that I have now that have been like really influential, in my life as far as like spirituality and everything. There's great people around this guy, and so that's my story. I got hit with the bug of UTK The Rock when I was a teenager in La Follette.
And it's carried on.
And it's not stopped.
And it's
Came
still
back
there,
here
man.
and then supported the station. So
Thank you. Well, hey, before you leave, I think we got a phone call.
Oh.
All right, what you got?
It'll be just a second, but it's
Gus.
Gus?
Hold on, it's Gus. Hold on.
Oh wow.
Oh, good God.
Is Chloe still here? Or did she leave? Oh.
He should be there, Gus. What do I do?
We got Gus?
I don't know.
Gus?
Yeah. Hey, Gus.
Gus, what's up?
See, this is just like the Funhouse.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Nothing has
the
changed.
button.
We just have a camera on us now.
Yeah.
And no music.
What happened? Hold on.
It's wonderfully dysfunctional.
Wonderful.
Wonderfully
Hey!
dysfunctional.
Awesome. Gus.
Hey, I had to call you guys because, WTK means a lot to me, and I had to be part of this.
Sweet.
Man, so where are you at right now?
I'm on my hometown, beautiful city called Americana, São Paulo, Brazil, that I've been living for the past 3 years, and I'm working here as a PR for my soccer team. We won a championship last May.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
And definitely I miss WTK, hanging out with you guys on Friday. Rob knows how much I had a connection with Chloe at Rockfall Sports, trying to mentor her, and all of this happened because Benny Smith on December 17, 2017, opened the doors for WTK to me, an immigrant, non-UT student, to join the radio station with open arms. He didn't ask me where I was from, where I studied. He was like, hey, you want to join the radio station? Come on in. He opened a lot of doors. He supported me all the way, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity that I had.
Wow, Gus, I cannot believe that we got a call from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
I believe it.
On this. We've had calls from
England, Philippines, yeah.
We love you, and I cannot express enough thank you enough for what you did for Chloe and helping bring her under your wing and get her into what she was doing. It's phenomenal, and you were you
crushing it.
You were such an asset to that station. It was like then Fritz Siegel, who has been on there recently. You guys were on air all the time, filling in whenever you need to, and you're awesome. And I thank you so much for calling in. It
means a lot. Thanks,
wow.
Gus. And glad you're doing so well, man.
It means a lot to me that you guys put me on. The magic of internet.
Right.
That allows this kind of call and and WTK meant a lot to me too. It meant a community that I created in Knoxville. My best friends, Nick Hill that called in earlier, and Jason Wyatt. I met at WTK. You guys too, I always remember how you guys were so fun to hang out because I literally finished the show at Rock Salt Sports, and you guys join in. So sometimes you kind of overlap. And,
Great overlap.
Yeah.
Great overlap.
or even sometimes I would have come in on a late Friday night to do some like voice track and something, and you guys are there, and it was like so fun to hang out. It was so funny that, at least to me, WTK meant a fun place to be around. I always felt so good there with you guys and other DJs, like even Uncle Dave, Sarah,
Sarah Atkins.
the guys that do a Saturday night.
BT, YSN,
Yeah.
Benny opened a lot of doors,
It's a
man.
community to me.
So you came to the U.S., you came to the University of Tennessee, you got on WTK, you went back to Brazil, and you have a career covering sports in Brazil based on the fact that you came and your experience at WTK. That is
That's amazing. Opening doors.
Yeah, man.
It definitely helped me a lot during my, because I actually wasn't a UT student. I went to Pellissippi State to do my degree there for audio production engineering.
Even better.
I think you guys know one of my teachers, like Christina Horn. Goldman. They are kind of like, very known at the concert scene.
Oh, yeah. Christina Horn's awesome. She has a new thing going now. She just played 6 o'clock Stroke last week. She's awesome.
She's a terrific musician, she teach me Ableton Live. She's a great musician. And so I was having class at Pellissippi, but I felt that I was missing something because I worked in radio in Brazil before I came to US. I was like, I need to work in a radio station in the United States. I need to have that experience. And WTK opened the doors to me. I came as a DJ, and then I joined the sports department, and then I ended up running the sports department because I kind of took over because I was so intense and so I covered all the sports. I did all the sports. Football, basketball, volleyball, softball, you name it. And that's one of the things Benny always admire about me, that I never distinguish for me any sport or anything. Like for me, I was just a pleasure being at UT as a WTK DJ and then sports director.
What a great call,
man! That's incredible, Gus.
Thank you so much for calling in. I think that's going to be a highlight.
And
my pleasure, and all support for Benny Smith. I hope he gets reinstated or find somewhere better because he's an amazing professional. He is somebody amazing, and I hope he is getting the recognition that he deserves. That's the best thing, and have a great Friday, and thanks for letting me call you guys.
Thank you,
man.
Awesome.
Gus, we still follow you. I see what you're doing on Instagram and Facebook. So, man, don't drop off the face of the earth.
Nope, stay there. We love you, man.
No, I'm here.
All right.
That's good about social media. I'm there. My Instagram is at Gustavo.Tomazelli. Currently, I am the PR and the play-by-play of my soccer team, Rio Broncos Club. We won a championship, the fourth division of the state on May. That was amazing. Yeah, I got to experience that, and I'm there. But thanks for letting me call you guys and have fun.
All right,
all right, take care, man.
All right, good call, man.
You
all
want me
right,
to
Chris.
bounce?
Yep, Chris.
Yeah, I'm
thank
bouncing.
you, man. Thank you for coming down. It's good to hear from an underwriter.
Good to see you.
We love
Good
you.
to see you.
All right,
Good to see
man. Awesome. Thanks, man. All right, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, holler at me.
All right, who we got?
I don't know.
We'll talk for a second. Let's see who's coming in.
Really?
Who's coming in? Who we got?
Hey, so I can sit down.
JP.
We got JP.
You want me to go in there now?
What'd he say?
I think he said I needed my own time.
I'm just kidding.
The real reason I'm here is so I can sit down.
Right.
I've been standing out there for hour 20.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I need to
'cause
stand up.
Normally,
My ass is falling asleep.
Normally, we're sitting behind a microphone in a radio station, and I'm not standing outside filming for BT. This is his 15-minute awesome interview.
So JP, he's essentially our producer, is what it's come down to, and a co-host and a producer.
Fill in
Fill in.
The last decade has kind of turned into a crew.
Yeah.
We'll bring in the mouth here in a second. You can probably
The
hear,
mouth. Where's the mouth?
But
The mouth of the South.
But JP was doing a Kill Ugly Radio, and then started hanging out with us, and we just hit it off. We liked the same thing, as I said earlier, and became just the best of friends. And he just started showing up, and it worked out. And like I said, we always have a collaborative playlist that we're bouncing off because we all know what each other likes, and he'll send me stuff, and now it's to the point where I'm like, dude, that's on running playlist. So he just kind of curates my running playlist for me now. So I'll be like, oh, okay, that's a JP song. So but yeah, when'd you start at UT?
Well, I got my start basically just like most students do, UT students. I started as what at the time was GEM 275, Journalism and Electronic Media 275, which then became like 175, 150. They moved it around a whole bunch. So as a part of that class, you had to work at one of the student media productions. So it was either WTK, UTTV, TNJN, and then The Beacon. And so you pick from one of those. Naturally, I chose the radio station because I like music, love music, just like why we all do. And you think that's why people do radio. You find out later on that's not the case. But so I had my 2-hour shift. I think I was 9 to 11. I want to say it was Thursdays.
10. I thought you were on at 10.
No, like my student DJ shift. When I first started, like because that's what you did. You came in and
you
as a baby DJ. You did a daytime shift.
Baby DJs.
And then
get them every semester.
And back then it was literally like, oh, you want to come down? Boom, you're in here.
Yeah.
And then later
they need
on,
people.
And then and like you'd fill out a quick little application, and so like I remember filling out that application, and Benny has like list your 5 favorite bands.
I never filled that out.
Yeah, that became a little more
Oh,
formal,
okay. Right,
than the Stone Age. But I digress.
The Stone Age.
But they had the best your top 5 bands, or your favorite bands, and so I'm like, all right, I gotta try to impress them.
Yeah.
Like I got. So I was like, so naturally, first thing I put was Lucero, and I'm like, all right, there's my Tennessee band. I'm like, all right, I need like a classic rock thing. So I think I put
Thin Lizzy.
No, that came after while I was in college.
You got Thin Lizzy while you were there.
Cheap Trick.
The Beatles.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
And then I think Smashing Pumpkins were on there, and then just some like other random stuff like White Stripes or Wolf Mother or something like that. And so, like, of course, naturally, like, Benny's, like, he's reading them off during our training. He's like, oh, Sarah, yeah, we're waiting on their new album coming out, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, the whole thing. I'm like, oh, cool.
Was it Rebels?
That was 2009, so I think Rebels, Rogues, yeah.
Yeah, Rebels. It was either Rebels or Overton.
Yeah. Oh, and Overton was right after that, yeah. But anyway, so did that, and then I really wanted to get into audio production. That was what I wanted to do in college, and journalism was the closest I could do to that, and getting into radio was the closest I could get to that. And then one of the production guys, I think his name was Eddie, was leaving at the end of the semester. He was graduating, and then so there was a slot. I'm like, hey, can I have this? And Benny's like, sure, why not? I had no idea what I was doing whatsoever. Then I think my first spot I made, it was for the poster sale at the UC at the time. And and then and that took me like 30 minutes to make or something like that. I was nervous as all get out, but then I just kept going, and then eventually became production director, in charge of the whole prod team. I'm cutting spots every 5 seconds, the day, voice tracking all the time. I was doing like Todd,
training, learning.
Yeah. When Todd Roberts came in, who's now on Souls Like 90s Rock, he came in while I was prod director, and he already had some experience, and he was really great. And so you would hear our voices all the time. So I got tired of myself real quick from all between the spots and the voice tracking.
Well, you feel like you're talking constantly too.
And then putting in the music, that was always cool.
Yeah.
I was putting we have to record everything in real time into the system, so I heard every single song.
Yeah, that's fun.
Like second by second going into the system.
Well,
but
and you persevered.
And then I met you guys because I found out that I'm basically either I'm older, than my age, or you guys are way younger than your age, and I think it's probably the latter.
We evens out. We meet.
Yeah.
We meet. Real quick, we got a caller on the phone, and it's a DJ.
That should be here, and that's probably my fault. Yeah. Because this was all
right. So, are
ridiculously...
you there, Sarah?
I am. I'm here.
Hey,
Oh, awesome, man.
I feel like total garbage that you're not here.
That's okay. That's okay, guys. It's hard to pull me out of the old hidey hole anyway.
All right. Well, that makes me feel
but-
slightly better.
Well, thank you guys so much for doing this. And, I mean, it's the very best part of my entire life is that station. So, and we've been together a long time. I mean,
Here's her tattoo.
Yeah.
We're showing
yeah,
it on
you guys
that.
started, you know,
That's her tattoo.
we had
She's
Friday
a
night.
lifer.
We're showing your tattoo right now.
Oh, it says WTK on it. Okay.
Your WTK on air tattoo.
I'm like, I see a skull. Okay.
Check that out.
Yeah, that looks like a Cooper.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really thought that I would be behind that mic for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, maybe not that, Mike. I guess maybe so. Still, we'll see. You know, we can't lose total hope at this point. But
by the way, she's New Revolutions.
New
on
Revolutions
Sunday.
right after Little Steven's Underground Garage.
Yeah.
Yes.
She. I think she probably, like we talked about other people putting work into their shows.
She
and whatnot.
does, definitely.
She puts a lot of work in, and I think she may be one of the solo best produced shows on the station. It's very pro. She does her work and just
She has
digs.
bumper music.
Yeah.
She has bumper music. She dives deep into a lot of stuff, and it is a top notch. That show could air on any radio station in this country. It is phenomenal the work you do, and the fact that you have the passion to do that. I love listening to it every week. I hear new stuff every single time.
There's always something that I pick up.
That I'm just like, oh crap, I'm going. I got to put that in my phone. I'm going to listen to it this week. So, man.
Well, and I know we've been doing it for a long time. You guys.
Well, you came on after us when we were doing the Cock Rock.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I did the melting pot, and then I was actually the locals. I did an hour of locals.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian Sherry was actually the music director when I started, and he kind of recruited me out of my art class, and because he heard I played the drums, and he thought I would be interested, and I came down and I started doing it, and I haven't looked back since. And you guys were a part of that and have always been a part of that. So yeah. Love you guys.
We love you, and it was so great when you came back too, and we started seeing you with this. I don't know. It was a long time. How long is it since we did
I
the?
started back, I think, in 2014.
Okay.
And then I got the specialty show in 2015.
Okay.
Benny, you know, I had to put some time in and had to pay my dues.
Right.
But Benny was so gracious and always has been, and he's one of my biggest supporters. And yeah, so this is really crazy.
Yeah, beyond.
Yeah, it's bad. I talked to you a bit about it last night. I know you're really affected by it, but we got to keep stoking the fire. So.
I think that whoever made this decision is not from here, doesn't know anything about Benny other than her.
Maybe it's done it to other radio stations in the past.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what's going on. No one's told us anything. We can't get any answers. The university isn't answering anything. We have all kinds of crazy ideas in our heads of what could be going on. And until we hear anything, there's no way to calm the F down.
No, that's the thing. We're not going to calm down. We're not going away. Like I said, whether or not we keep a show or whatever,
I don't care.
We're going to keep this going until we can make sure that we want this station to stay around. And to keep doing what they're doing. We do not want some automated system running through random songs that someone's
or
plugging
just
in.
even what was going on during the days of the torch, where it was just total anarchy, and it was just you
That
go
was
in and
garbage.
do whatever you wanted to do.
Terrible.
It was
It was
Then you come
terrible.
in at 3 a.m, you know, when you're like partying and you're not even.
Well, that
a
might
UT
have been
student.
that might have been how Derek got started. Like,
I got
dude,
started.
no one's there. The door's open.
Yeah, all of the 2000s.
Yeah, always.
2010s anyway. Yeah, so guys,
Awesome.
Thanks so
Well,
much
man,
for what you're doing, and thanks for letting me chat with you guys.
thank you so much,
thank you
Sarah.
for calling.
Sarah,
I wish
we
you
love
were
you,
here.
and I mean, God, we go so far back when she had her little girl that she was
Yeah.
bringing there, and now that little
two.
girl has a child. Now she's a grandma.
Yeah, it's insane.
Thanks
And-
for outing me, Rob.
You do not
Dude,
look
Ashley,
like a
you don't
grandma.
look like a grandma. My God, it's like she's aged quite well, better than us.
Better than
Yeah, which is why we're better off on radio
Right.
than on this situation we got going right here.
I mean, I think I'm
This
looking
isn't
pretty
very
good in the
flattering.
sandwich right here. I don't know.
Oh, we got a JP
That
sandwich.
station can't run without volunteers. There's just
No, it
way.
can't. It
Not
can't.
the way it
No.
should and be involved in the community and do what it does. No, it can't.
Yeah.
No, it can't.
It can't.
Well.
It can't be run like other stations. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for calling. We
All
love
right,
you.
Rob,
Let's
right.
keep the faith. Let's keep this thing going, okay?
All right, love you guys.
All right, love you.
Bye.
And then something I want to say before I get out of here, if I don't know if someone else is out there. Are we supposed to have a musical?
We are, but we're bringing another guy in here in a second
But,
as soon as you tell your story.
So, something I wrote about last night. I didn't even really intend on writing much. Like I got back from the Barley's thing. I had some dinner. And I just kind of sat down, and I'm like, I just want to say something. Opened up my computer, and we just started like free conscious, just typing.
That's what I was doing.
And like something I haven't done since I was in college. And you start. I was replaying the events of how I found out, but then you go back through that and you think about how the station has impacted your life. And this is something I've said before, well before the situation ever occurred. I can count on probably one hand how many people I know in Knoxville, not because of the radio station in some shape or form.
Right.
Everyone else, whether I literally met at the radio station or first degree, second degree, whatever, it all traces back to 90.3. And naturally, I started as a student, but then I was able to carry on after that. And then literally all of my jobs are directly influenced because of what I was able to do and the people I was able to meet, networking. Like even if you don't even do radio, like I met someone who worked for AC Entertainment.
Right. Oh
and
yeah,
then,
you got to.
And then I got to be a runner for a show, and then I worked at Tennessee Theater, and then I worked in the AC office itself.
And this is because of
the radio station.
The radio station and Benny Smith.
And it's. Now, of course, that right now they're saying it's going to be a fully operated, 100% student station from what we're being told at the moment.
Right.
And that might be the case, and I hope and that's better than no radio station at all. But as is the case with a lot of other college radio stations, that may not be the case. It might become little WOT2 or something.
It could, but man, if you saw the people we had in here, that we're not going to be. I mean, it's insane the amount of people and
every
people
person
we're
I know out
calling.
there. Like I got to play in an awesome band with a guy out there. Like, and I met him through the radio.
Speaking
station.
of, let's bring that guy in. Come on, dude. No, come on, you can bring that in. It's no big deal. And while he's coming in, we got a caller. We got Scarlett from Facebook coming in. And here, grab a chair over here, man. And so, are you on air? You here? Hey!
Wow, it worked.
All right, what's up?
Well, I was just calling to tell another great Benny story. So
Let's have it.
I've been listening to WTK as long as I can remember. And at this point in my life, I have a 12-year-old daughter. And a couple years back, I've been raising her on WTK. That's all we listen to. And called Benny one day, and I was like, hey, her birthday's coming up, and she wants to come down to the station and do a tour, which I know it's a long shot, and it's probably a lot to ask, but is there any way we could make that possible? And he was like, absolutely, bring her in. And one of the shows we always listen to on the way to school in the morning is Marble City Radio Company.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Clay Freeman.
Yeah.
Dude.
So,
Just voted Knoxville's
best radio person.
Yeah. Not only did she get a tour of the station, but we got to sit in with Clay for his broadcast that morning. And I was just so thankful for that.
We try not to let him near the
thrilled to be
public.
there.
We try not to let him near the public, but I guess he was.
That's why he's on so early.
Behaving that day.
Yeah.
But all right. So things went well, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect,
we had a
good.
blast. And so, but now fast forward to, because of Benny and you guys and the entire crew down there that are so amazing, they've had such an impact on her that she is starting her first broadcasting class in a few weeks. And
Wow.
she's going to be DJing at the school she attends on their radio station. So, you know, I have you guys to thank for that. I have Benny to thank for that. She is so enthusiastic about music, and, you know, she's very grown up for a 12-year-old. She's been to more concerts than most adults have. You know, I mean, we took her to Red Rocks last year.
Oh, wow.
Cool parent award.
I want to go there.
That's a cool parent award.
That's good parenting.
Sure.
Will you take me?
Yeah, I'm raising her right. Yeah, took her to see Widespread Panic at Red Rocks.
Oh, good God. Wow, 12-year-old in a legal weed state.
How many nitrous balloons did she do?
None. Absolutely none. In fact, I told her, I was like, if you see any balloons, do not go over there.
They're not going to make your voice go high.
They're not the balloons you think.
They'll make you go low.
That's not helium. We're not going to talk like this.
He'll talk like this.
You'll get helicopters. Womp, 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 womp. It'll last 30 seconds.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Never, don't know what those are.
I heard. Anyway.
All right.
We
Well, man,
digress.
Thank you, Scar.
that is
Thank you
another
so
great
much.
call. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to you all and keep fighting the good fight, because there's not many people out there like Benny. And
Nope, there's-
we love
Nope.
him. Everybody loves him. And so thanks for all you're doing. And we will help any way that we possibly can.
Blow,
Awesome.
you know, just
Keep it going.
keep going.
Social
send
media,
donations
emails,
of
phone
pennies
calls,
and ask for a
whatever.
receipt.
Yep.
Absolutely. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Have a good
Thank you.
one.
Thanks.
All right. So this guy
Yeah.
joined us.
This guy.
Mr. Colton.
me.
Now I'm no longer the handsomest person at this table.
No, he is definitely the best looking guy at the table.
Hollywood, are you looking?
Oh, look at that! And yes, and you should see his sexy bike parked out front of the building.
Dude, that thing is
My
badass.
God, that thing is badass. That is a sweet ride.
Will you take me for a ride, big boy?
Yes.
All right.
Always.
Oh man, can I ride on the handlebars?
Yes. I rode my Harley Davidson here.
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
Now I'm regretting it.
Right. So,
Yeah. So Colton, man, former DJ.
Former D. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did practicum. I guess the same way a lot of us did. Like I started probably 2011 or so, and then Benny asked me if I wanted to do like, hey, you want to get more involved or whatever, and actually put me in the music department. So I was the arbiter of taste for our collegiate cohorts.
yes.
And it was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And then met JP and Cap.
Oh, Cap,
And,
buddy.
Cap Nunn.
so I was like,
If you're
man,
out
Shout
there,
out
what's
Cap.
up, Cap?
Yep, shout out Cap.
Cap Nunn.
Started doing Kill Ugly Radio with him because we figured out our musical taste pretty much aligned. Just a whole bunch of dad rock and roll and stuff. So, it wouldn't have been like worked a ton of remotes and stuff. Learned how to do the same programming that JP was talking about, which just jogged my memory, where you'd have to sit there and listen to the entire song. It's like before smartphones.
That's
you just sit,
soul-sucking.
just sitting there
Soul-sucking.
playing Snake or something. I don't
Playing
know.
Snake. Playing Snake, but on the.
Yeah, I don't know. I like LG chocolate.
Facebook.com.
Yeah. Bring my whole ass laptop in there. So learned a lot about production stuff and learning how to do radio shows is a lot of fun, man.
Radio
Over the
is a
years.
lot of fun.
And then we met. We started playing in bands and stuff.
Yeah, we were in bands.
And then you started playing in actual bands.
Yeah, was in a few actual bands. Played a lot of shows.
Cap
with
was
the
also at
Legendary.
the station, a student and a DJ at the
and was
station.
in our band as well.
In your
I
band.
played with got to play with Russ, Legendary, Evil Twin,
Nice.
with his band a few times. And my mom was at one of his shows where he came out in like lingerie.
Yes, and the high heels.
That's normal.
What was that all about? And I was like,
Yes.
Totally normal for
I don't
us.
know what to tell you, man.
That's Tuesday.
Yeah. That's just Tuesday stuff for him. A lot of fun. But again, none of that would have been possible without. I was in Bad Dudes too, which a lot of fun, and introed them at an exam jam event that we had, and then got to play in the band a little bit later. So I don't know, it was weird. A lot of fun.
All right, hey, I think we got
Clay is on.
We got Clay on air.
Oh wow!
Not yet.
All right, Clay
not
calling
yet.
in.
So
Clay.
Give him a second.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we
Clay!
got-
We're gonna hear him. Clay,
What's up, Clay?
Hey guys, I would have come down there. You guys, I told Derek said he was gonna text the address. He never did. I blame you, dude.
I'll text you right now.
Oh, wait, hold
Oh,
on.
you forgot to tell
I forgot to text Clay.
Dude, I'll text you right now.
We got
Clay, we're doing a show downtown.
Can we get
Did
a
I-
third? Can we get the trifecta? Oh, that's the one you forgot.
This is what you get for putting me in charge.
No,
You only tagged like 50,000 people on Facebook.
You've been.
about
It's
this
all
thing.
over my Facebook feed.
I know. How did anybody not know?
Oh man. Well, that so Clay, man. Listen, Clay is the winner of best radio DJ. Find it in blank personality in Marble City Radio Company. He's on every morning until 8 a.m. And honestly, it is one of the best radio shows on that station. And he has cornered the market of morning radio for middle-aged white women driving their kids to school.
The Ellen DeGeneres of Knoxville.
Ellen DeGeneres of Knoxville. Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying it.
Yes.
I've said it for years, Clay. You know this. I have never said that.
I have never said that.
My listenership is ages 6 to 14, and there's a gap. The cool parents of said 6 to 14-year-olds.
Oh man!
Everybody who likes Pokemon.
Yes.
So Clay, what you got?
What do you got? What's your story, man?
What's your story?
I mean, geez, if we're going back, let's go back. So, my freshman year of college, I did theater in New York City, and it wasn't for me. I moved back to Knoxville, where I'm from, born and raised. Thank you so very much. And,
You're welcome.
I had nothing to do with it.
And
I could have.
I just didn't know what to do, so I was like, journalism, sure. And I took, because I heard JP talk about, it was Gym 175 when I was there. And they were like, do you want to write for the Daily Beacon? And then Benny came in and talked about a DJ shift. I was like, I'm not about to write something. Are you kidding me? No.
Never.
So I did my little basic shift. It was Saturdays. It was almost all in the fall, always
Game
during
day.
UT games.
Oh, that's a suck shift to get.
You got screwed on that.
What'd you do to piss
Whether you
him
like
off?
football or not,
That was called Clay being hazed.
Clays.
Yeah.
He got
Clays.
Clays.
He got Clayzed.
Big time.
Yeah, but
You're
it
full of
was-
them over here, man.
I did a little shift there, put on the paper. I wanted to come back, got back to the paper, or put on the paper saying I wanted to come back. Well, the host of the show at the time was like, hey, I'm going, this is yours if you want it. And that was 2016, and I've been doing it every single weekday since. And the fact that Benny Smith has trusted me enough to continue to let me do what I am doing, and to just say, hey, man, you've shown me that you can do this, like, go crazy. And that's what's so great about Benny and the station. If you put in your time and you prove that you're responsible and you prove that you care,
Yes.
like, you can have so much freedom there, and there is a place for your voice.
Yeah.
And I have always felt like that at the station. I have always felt like it's home. I have always felt like I am welcome there. And that is all thanks to Benny Smith. If anyone else was in a position, I doubt it would have the same feeling that it does.
I mean, it doesn't hurt that you're willing to come in at like
That's
6,
se-
7 in the
yeah,
morning.
that's
so.
insane.
Before
So
you
that
go to
alone.
your job, because you actually have a real job, and you come in and do radio before you go to your day job.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
And
it's
it's like and because I couldn't do it this morning, it felt like I forgot to brush my teeth or something. Like, it's such a part of my routine and my life that when I don't do it, it like throws me off almost, because I've had this beautiful gift of being able to do this for so long, and it's just. I mean, I've had a splitting headache for 36 hours. I've just been sobbing my face off over all this. Like, this is really tough for all of us. But good Lord Almighty, to see the outpouring, to say the absolute least, from all of Knoxville, for everyone to say, yo, this is messed up. We love this station. What is going on? Like, this, it's fine the way it is. To hear so many people say that, like, I like to say it warms the spot in my chest where my heart should be.
That part's rad.
Man, yeah, it's I don't know. It's been a week of trying to wrap my little brain around it, and I don't know. I still don't know what I feel. It's just anger and anger.
Trying to
confusion,
rationalize the
and
irrational.
anger.
Yeah.
And a little sad in there.
Well, it's like the 12
Well,
stages. of
Derek was ready to go scorched earth. Like he had some.
Oh,
Derek had some plans that I can't tell you about.
I talked to Clay about it a little bit too. He was a little upset.
A little upset.
Yeah,
I was like, now Derek.
and I was like, stay calm. Let's let this play out.
But by last night, I was trying to calm you down.
I didn't expect the news signal to quote me dropping an F-bomb.
Yeah, that's awesome, actually.
How are you going to be able to get a job after this?
Yeah.
Look, man, that's what rock and roll is about.
Burning bridges, man.
Well, I hope we didn't. I don't think we're burning bridges. I think we're trying to create bridges right here.
Sure, definitely.
We got about. We're down to about 15 minutes left. We got some guys that are still on the way. They're almost here.
Are they coming?
absolutely.
Oh, they're coming.
Yeah, they're almost
We're
here.
not getting rid of you yet. Hey, what? Real quick, like, when you started there, what were you doing? Just like regular shifts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just,
Yeah.
I call it
Yeah.
the shift
All of
that
us,
anybody could come in and do. That was this song off this album by these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did that. Yeah.
Okay. I missed that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I think I went
But-
somewhere for a
Sing
second.
to 90.3 The Rock, turn off your mic, hit F10, there you go.
It was really hard.
That's baseball for you.
Yeah. It's very difficult work, and you must.
Can
be
someone go
really-
at Super Dragon?
Oh, Super Drag is here.
Super Drag's only. But
It's open.
No, they can't. They say it's
They
locked.
don't
They
know how
can't
to
figure
get
it
in.
out. They're.
They're just
Hey,
guys.
wait,
There's old guys in a
Nate,
van.
Nate, you
Try
come
to
out.
open a door.
Get Nate to come back. Get them. Someone else go get
They
it.
were on Electro Records. They know how to open doors.
Not anymore.
Nate,
Make
real
sure
quick.
you got the brown
Wait,
M&Ms
hold
on.
on. We got to make this
only
fast.
one door that's
Clay,
open.
we got to say bye to you. Got to say bye to JP
Yeah.
and to. Hold on. We're doing this really quick. Okay, we got. I want to bring in the kick turn party guys real quick. Just to
Okay.
give a quick
Okay.
shout
All
out.
right, really.
Yeah.
Colton, JP, thank you. We got to get Super Dragon here really quick.
You guys.
Colton, man, thank you.
Love you.
This has been
Thanks, JP.
awesome.
Love you.
Dude, love you. Thank you for coming down. We got Super Dragon coming in. We're going to give these guys like a minute.
30
30
seconds.
really quick. Just
All
get
right.
in here,
Down
slide
there.
on in. These guys are the. Here, you get up there. I'll sit back. No,
This
you
is
go,
our
you go.
studio.
This is their studio. Their studio. So these guys brought us down here. We recorded Kick Turn Party a couple months ago. It was awesome, and they have been supporters of the station, and also we've been supporting them, and it's just they're phenomenal. This guy right here.
This is who
My
is
wife doesn't even call me
responsible.
phenomenal. Jeez.
All right.
It's you all. It's because of community.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
because of
Absolutely.
everything you guys do, everything this station
But without
does,
you
everything
guys,
we do.
we would not be able to do what we're
You
doing
know,
tonight.
and kudos to Amos here, Bunny, aka
Yeah.
Bunny, for pulling this together last night. When
Last
I woke
second.
up this morning, I was like, man,
What the hell happened?
Oh no! This went down in about a 2-minute conversation,
Yeah.
and
And
I
here
was
we
like,
are.
okay. And I'm walking around while a band's playing, and next thing I know, I go, okay, Wayne, I think we got something going. Can we announce it?
And
No.
look at what you guys have pulled off
Exactly.
today in the 2-hour segment that you've had on live public access TV and on the internet, and the people that you had in talking about the things that you talked about. That was so right on,
Exactly.
right on, and
Thanks, man.
right on.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's been great.
JD and I just came to like watch.
All right,
I mean,
That's all we do. Anyway.
I heard that about you.
Oh, you like to watch? All right. Well, thank you guys. I think Super Drag's here. We got one more person we got to get in before the Super Drag gets in. We want to bring in Cheryl, the phone girl. Cheryl! Come on, Cheryl. Cheryl.
Nah.
Come on, Cheryl. All right.
Okay.
No, just come in, Cheryl. Quick.
She can't.
Don't put a call through. No calls through. We're down to 11 minutes. So real quick, Cheryl, our phone girl, has been with us for about a decade. She has to make a quick appearance. Come on, girl.
Can't go in. I
You
have
got
a
it.
phone call.
No, get up
No
here,
phone.
real quick.
She's very
Fritz,
dedicated.
okay,
Just
let
say
me just
hey.
say, Fritz was calling, and I didn't get it put
Fritz.
Fritz through.
Hold on, real quick.
It was
This-
Fritz.
This is Cheryl, the phone girl. We love her.
I'm the other person on the phone.
And,
Come
so
on.
thank you. All right. Thank you, show the phone girl. All right. We got
Fritzy.
Super Drag in the house. Get
We love
over
you,
here, guys.
Fritzy.
Come on. So, Tom Papas. What's up, dude? Oh, man. Old roommate, this guy. Started this stuff. Oh, we've lost the kid. It's all done to hell. All right, Don, get back here. Don, I know you got a face for television. Come on. You started on Tennessee Tracks, man. Get over here.
Where do you want me?
Get over here. Pick a chair, man.
Sit here.
Pick a chair.
Pick a chair.
Come here. Be uncomfortable with us.
Here, I'll make you comfortable and give you one of those. There you go.
What's the name, man?
Well, you can't say that.
Can't say that.
Yeah.
Drummer in the middle. We can't sit on the table. We sit in
Drummer in the middle.
You want to be middle?
Go right here. Wait, just sit there.
Go ahead,
All
sit,
right.
because what we'll probably do, we'll ask you a couple questions, but I mean,
We got
you guys get to
John
rant.
busting out his
Say
kick turn
what you
party
want.
shirt.
That's right. There's somebody's glasses.
That's the old man.
We're the same, but there's a green screen. So what's behind us for real? Is there an Ewok behind us?
That's what's behind
Oh,
me.
nice. Good stuff. Damn, this is bright.
Yeah, all right.
So we can't put it up here, right?
You can do. You're Don Coffee. You can do whatever you want.
No. I don't want to get anybody in
All right,
trouble.
so-
We're losing enough shit around here. Here we
So,
go. Here we go.
We got Tom Pappas, Don Coffee, John Davis, Brandon Fisher. They just got through practicing, and they're going to be playing a show tomorrow at Lost and Found Records. It's a practice. We'll put it that way. Represent. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. We've had 2 hours of a hell of a fun time down here. The people that have come through this, we've had state representatives. We had Bacchus, but we're ending with you. We saved the best for last.
I don't know about that.
But you guys kind of, well, first off, I was saying, my first time I ever went to the station, I went with this guy and Mike Smithers, and they were doing Tennessee Tracks. And it was back when there were carts. And you had to have
Carts. I was there with carts. They sucked.
At the station. And that was, God. That's when Dom, I would he would be on my couch sometimes because he couldn't stagger the block home to his own apartment. And come on,
You're really getting me in trouble here. You know that, right?
Dude, I don't have any trouble to you trouble, but no, Tom and Brandon and I were living together, and Dom would just be like, you want to come do it? And I'm like, oh, being on the radio, that'd be great. And we went down and did Tennessee Tracks, and that was a lot of fun. But
We did it for a little while, man. You and this guy here have been doing it how long?
Well, this has been 19 years. Yeah.
Plus the contract.
Plus the contract, so 22 if you throw that in.
Thank you for your service.
No, man, So, guys, just...
He's got a green shirt, so...
So he looks like Vinny?
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. So,
wow.
man, give us what's the lowdown? I mean,
Nice.
you guys, college radio has been... This station has done a lot for you guys and Benny Smith, and I think you probably need to speak to that.
Well, you mentioned Tennessee Tracks. I used to tape Tennessee Tracks.
You might want to scoot up, get near the mic there.
Oh yeah. Before I even knew Don or Smithers.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know I didn't know they were going by aliases. It was Michael Todd and
I can't remember.
I ain't doing it. That's evidence, man. Allegedly, they were using aliases. No, I used to tape Tennessee Tracks off the radio because I loved hearing local bands. And for me, it all kind of happened at the same time. Like I saw 1-900s at the Aquatic Center, the Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands.
And right beside the stage, there was a giant New Rock 90 banner, like the green and black OG,
Yeah.
So I was like, these dudes are from here, and they're like good enough to be on SST.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So, I don't know, that was like a huge kind of light bulb went off, It was
Anything Stuart Peck has done is good enough to be on SST.
Well, it was a huge inspiration, to get a band together. And not too long after that, of course, I knew Brandon already.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too long after that, Kyle quit the Used and they needed a drummer.
Yeah.
So I bought a drum kit for $200 and the rest is history. Here we are.
And you guys have, Benny was playing your stuff early. You did stuff on the every compilation he ever asked. You even did the Baby Born Today.
That's right.
Which is a deep cut.
Stop. Yeah, we made it up on the way to the studio.
It shows.
My man.
I'm kidding.
Well, if anybody goes on YouTube and looks at 30-year-old Super Drag videos. Benny's in every one of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And Robin going to a tape.
I don't. Dude, I don't. Yeah, that's. I'm probably making an ass out of myself in a lot of those.
Well,
but anyway, whatever. We're here today.
You know, he's up there.
Why not?
He's up there on the stage, like
There's a White Avenue. that's
hyping
on
up all
YouTube.
the local
White
shows that are
Avenue,
coming up to
1821
East
He's always been it. He's always been a champion of everything local.
Big
And
Dog Productions.
and without this station, there's no outlet for what you guys were doing in 94, 95, 96. There's not an outlet for that to happen.
Can we talk about just based on the shows that you guys were doing here and all the airplay you were getting on UTK? How long? I mean, it felt to me at the time that you guys started and then it was just boom.
It was exponential. It was a multiplier effect.
Yeah, it was
no question.
insane.
Yeah, we were playing house parties, and then I don't want to say we outgrew the house parties, but you guys remember. I mean, it's like
You couldn't
400 or
get
500 people at the house party. I mean, and yeah, I mean,
and record stores.
and record stores.
Remember the swing out front?
Yes, we remember the swing.
It's been referenced. Yeah, I remember the swing.
And the
Just on a
Thanks.
Just on a
You're
throw
giving
out
it back.
there.
Twist that.
Giving it
back.
back, man.
But when we were playing, not only was hearing other local bands inspirational, but there was a sense of community.
Right.
Right. I mean, you know, it's like you'd go out and be like, "I love your band." You meet another musician. Like, yeah, I heard you guys on the radio, and then you go see them play, and so that was so key to like our development, and eventually, the success that we may or may not have had, ultimately. So.
Yeah. Well, you did, and it should have been exponentially higher. I still think it's a crime because Derek and I are not ashamed to say, even though you're our friends,
We'd
that
still be here.
one of
Be
the
the
top
same
5
thing.
favorite bands of all time.
Period.
Well, thank you.
Period. Hands down.
Which
One
is
of the top
weird.
5 favorite bands ever. And it's no longer weird that we know you. It's just kind of like, oh man, I know those guys, but yeah, they're badass.
We've always tried our best. Like
Been pretty successful. There hasn't been a lot of stumbles.
we've always. I mean, when we got together, the 4 of us, like we ate, slept, and breathed Super Drag 24/7.
Road.
It was it was all for one.
Yeah.
That's
So-
straight.
So you guys have something coming up?
Yeah, I think you're having a practice tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna be practicing.
It's an outdoor practice. It's going to be
free to the public.
It's going to be a little hot.
That's Maria keeps saying it's gonna be 75.
Maria's Maria.
Maria.
Inside the
Inside the store. Yeah.
Inside the store, it'll be 75.
Maria's going to be looking through the window going, man, they sound great.
And I told you it was going to be 75.
Hey man, we're gonna be there anyway. Don't matter.
So
how
Lost
hot
and Found Records, that's at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Over off of Broadway, and you guys are getting ready to head to Chicago.
Yes.
We got like 30 seconds.
2 days. You're doing a sold-out show at the Subterranean.
That's right.
That's right.
And you're doing Wicker Park Fest the next day.
That's correct.
Correct. That is right, Robbie.
Ding 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 ding.
You actually started this whole thing. You introduced me to Brandon. And we started the U's. And
I know that whole
Jimmy
thing.
Ridley introduced me to you. We're
It
playing
all became
flag football.
the
That was
entire
your-
conversation in the Love Fest started because of Hanoi Rocks.
Yeah, rocks. Yeah,
That was
I
it.
just watched last night.
Hanoi Rocks.
And then you and I from
Hanoi.
the Love
By the
Bone.
Love Bone. Talked to the store. Was like, you're a Hanoi fan. I was like, yeah, man. You want to start a band? Sure.
Yeah. And it worked out
There you go.
beautifully. It worked out beautifully.
I was just there drinking Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah. And John showed up with Yoo-Hoo and tube socks.
Yeah, that's all it was
and
was
then
Yoo-Hoo.
Beat that poor guy senseless, and it was great.
Yeah, I think you went to college on the front porch at White Avenue.
Basically.
Yeah, that's,
Well, I think we
we got to wrap it up.
we got
I
to
think.
wrap.
All
All right.
We got
So
1 minute.
I want to thank these guys for coming down. They've
Yeah.
always been, whenever we've asked them, they've been there. And
Every single time, whenever
And-
Benny has asked them to do something, every
They're
single
there.
time, they headlined the Second Bell Music Fest year before last and donated all of their pay of that to the radio station.
Yeah.
They did that for free, headlined it, had an amazing show. First time they played in forever, and just gave it all to the radio station. And that's
So
That's
I want
real
to thank
talk.
everybody.
yeah.
I just thank everyone that tuned in, that has been showing all the love and support for Benny. Benny, we love you, man.
Love you, Benny.
As soon as we get to talk, I can't wait. Everybody, keep wearing it out. Send in tiny donations
doing what
and
you gotta
ask for a
do.
receipt over at the other station. And thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you. It's been great.
Thank
All
y'all.
right.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, man.